everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode with us, Ginton Dice. So, thank you everybody for coming out and joining us. As you can notice and see, we are missing one, but they should be here.
He's dead.
No, he should be here, so we'll
They
have that
told
going.
him he got chicken wings. They didn't tell him it was bone in.
Notice that he should be here. That doesn't mean he will be here. So there's a possibility for it.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true. But
he's choking on a chicken wing right now because they didn't tell him it was bone in instead of
That's
boneless.
what I just ate.
Did you?
Yeah, I swear.
yeah,
Like, how American
that
are you
too.
guys? I like.
look, that's all we eat is wings. Okay, like you wake
Wings
up,
I just want
good.
to point out it's
there's
like
waffle
one of those
wings,
stereotypical
and
American things.
like you wake up, there's
Well,
like
we didn't have
waffle
a
pancake
Whopper,
wings.
uh-huh.
And then you
Oh,
go
okay.
for lunch, and it's like a deep fried wing. And then when you go for dinner, like it's covered in sauce wing. So there
Yeah,
you go.
and with deep fried butter
Wait.
dessert.
Hey, don't you disrespect deep fried butter.
All right.
That shit's disgusting anyway.
So, as we're going to go ahead and jump in on this, where you guys last left off, right? So, you guys, after dealing with the second obelisk and dealing with the dragon priest that was there, you guys made your way to the Tall Oak Acres, where the party started to split, as Elise got a message from a unpleasant person stating that Lucy was at least ready to be retrieved if she wanted to. Elise deciding to, yes, go and get her. She took off a lot faster ahead of you guys, using everything she has to go through Zelosis teleporter to get to Zillicy, fly to Crisport, fly back, and kind of go through this process of reviving her through the cauldron that she got from the first obelisk. There, the rest of the party made it to the town. You guys got a wagon and 2 horses, I believe, and just went back to the old school style of traveling. Your destinations, as you guys were trying to head back to Stormfair, as that's where the third obelisk is located. At least you, after reviving her, kind of already noticed that while yes, it would probably seem natural to be dead and be like really exhausted looking, something seemed off, and you took her in to get her investigated a little bit more specifically by Paragon, who kind of couldn't point out but noticed that it seemed like her soul was weaker than it was before, which means she wouldn't be able to survive on her own self. After with commune with nature, asking the plants to help reach out to your patron, your patron did answer, but sent an acquaintance of theirs to have a look, and got pretty much somewhat confirmation that she is indeed dying again. Her soul is just too weak for her body shell to really function again as normally. And it was kind of explained how her shell was somewhat used to having a more powerful dominant thing, and since that's gone, part of her soul is just too weak and frail to grow into that. You pointed out 3 locations, which concluded that one was the hag that you have met far earlier when this story started. The second one was pointed somewhere deep underground, and the third one was pointed in a direction unknowingly, but thanks to a couple of messages back and forth, possibly to the bow, as the bow seemed to be needing a soul from what you guys have gathered. A voice, if you will, for it. You declining both the bow and the hag and chose to try to attempt to go underground to see what that brings you. And I believe you had what, 8 days left? Does that sound correct?
Yeah, because I traveled one day already underground,
So,
if I'm not mistaken.
so we're going to kind of pick up from there. I believe it was the night of 44. And was anybody needing specifically to do anything? Because I don't think so, but just double checking. Okay. So we're going to go to Dev 45. First things first is we will move the party. You guys should be, you should be making it to the town of, what was it called again? It was
Sharnwick?
called Sharnwick. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You would be getting there pretty when it gets kind of close to late. If there's
See if we
anything,
can find
yeah, go ahead.
an inn or something for us. I was gonna say, see if we can find an inn, maybe somewhere where the guards don't really know us, or if the guards have been changed over.
Is it like a small little shit town? So it's like there's no.
So the last time that you guys came through, you kind of noticed like there was a big section kind of cut off, right? And you guys concluded it was kind of around the park area, where you guys found those ancient dragon bones. It's not really blocked off anymore, but there is some sort of like fence-like structure kind of put around it to make sure people don't technically wander in. There does appear to be a guard or two kind of around that, but for Sharnwick itself, you're allowed in, and can easily find a tavern to rest for the night. For that, and to accommodate for the horses, I would probably say, I think 5 gold would be enough for all of that.
I'll cover it.
And instead of having to deal with the rations, I would assume Garber once again does his create food and water. So
Blah.
yeah.
Oh.
Elise.
Me.
And for
You.
for you guys as well, if there was something you needed to do or wanted to do, you could think about it for a moment. Elise, go ahead and make make a survival check as you're going through, seeing if you can keep on the same path as you slowly come across multiple paths.
That was not my survival. That was my daily check of bullshit. That's my survival check.
All right.
26.
Nice.
There is a lot of, I don't want to say traps, just it's more of as you're kind of
Dead
going
ends?
through, not dead ends, but there's times where it looks like parts of the cliff kind of crumbles and you have to kind of either push faster, jump a little bit to kind of get the whole thing going, but you manage to at least avoid a lot of the pitfalls, if you will. And you're feeling, that exhaustion coming in. Just, it's getting close to another night. And you kind of hear sound in the distance. And as you kind of get a little bit closer and kind of like around the corner, you notice it appears to be a couple of what, from this distance, Yeah, you should be able to see it. What are they called again? The Umber Hulks, the small ones. You see, they look like they're just kind of digging, building like a new little tunnel thing, a new little system.
They weren't they like passive before unless you provoked them.
They indeed was passive,
I just talked to
but
your mom.
but you do know that you would obviously have to go through them. You can see a new tunnel that they appear to be working on. But you do kind of see like two tunnels branching off, one on each direction, each side.
What have I missed so far?
I just kind of
Nothing.
got started.
What tunnels are branching? What?
At least as she's going down.
Ah,
You guys are in Sharnwick at this time.
Right. I mean, I can always. It's like I don't know. Like these things are not considered animals.
I think you
Unlucky.
guys tried to speak with him last time, and I don't think it worked.
Yeah, no. Wish I could communicate with these things, but I don't know how. Weren't there like some that listen to like Elvish commands or something like that?
Yes, there were like specific phrases that kind of like ignited a collar that was on them.
Oh, okay.
That kind of like
Mm.
if they didn't listen, then like they would think of like getting shocked.
Okay, don't use Elvish. That would provoke bad things. I so badly want to talk to them, but I can't talk to them because I have nothing for that. Mean sucks. I don't think they would understand anything else either. Okay, so these two tunnels that we're looking at, like which one looks the oldest?
Well, being in the dark, they just appear about the same.
I should have came.
Nah, goddamn. This is the one where Elise goes like, "Well, it would have been nice to have Prime here." Goddamn.
Yeah. I should freaking came.
too bad it's not.
Goddamn,
forced.
goddamn Prime.
Yell for me.
Yeah,
Your computer's using the wrong microphone, by the way, Clay. So you know.
Are you serious?
No, not you,
No,
him.
Clay.
Oh.
I think it's using your cam
Camera,
mic,
yeah.
whatever the fuck it is. Because it's the specific can sound that.
Testing.
Now it's better.
Oh,
I
also,
think.
there's another side of my room. I should point that out.
We can now see more
God.
of his room.
Everything is unbalanced now. We can see more.
With my catting thing from the web.com tour.
Then I'm gonna go to the next step. Which road seems more traveled when I look at the ground? Like which one seems more traveled?
You
Because
can-
obviously these things travel here.
You can either make a survival or nature check.
Guidance and
Or if you
survival.
had divination to ask which way to go.
I mean, I could ask, but I could burn a 5th level spell to ask where you should go. But
You could, if you had sending, burn a 3rd level spell to ask me to burn 2
go
spells.
fuck,
to tell
go
you.
fuck yourself. I love this roll as well. The roll is so 29. I love how high the roll is. They just go like, fuck you. You're sending.
As you kind of try to look, you kind of like, because again, when you kind of came to this spot, you came out of your horse, and you were kind of looking. So you had to leave the box there and go look a little bit closer. And you think as long as you act in a very passive manner, maybe they will somewhat as well be in a passive like manner. And you try to take your time when nobody is looking and paying attention to investigate. They appear to be about the same.
Mm.
It I would say while they do appear to be relatively the same. Let's do. You you feel like the one on the left is just a little bit more possibly traveled or worn or just I don't know, recently came through.
Mm. Well, then that one we take.
There's like a little bit of dung there that's just slightly steaming.
Yeah, it's like this one is slightly more fresh than the other side.
Oh God.
So, all right, you go back back into your normal thing and try to curve around the left. Do you try to like stealth by them or?
I mean, just to prevent unnecessary things, I'll before I go into my horsey, I shall
This is what
Cast.
it was made for.
I shall cast That's not a trace. And I'll try to be stealthy, I suppose.
Turn
I need
into
to
a
look
spider.
horse stats. Where's horse
Meta.
stats? Horse stats. Well, I need to carry the thing. I can't just go into the spider.
I know.
Oh, it's a
Well, what if you
Spider.
fucking
become a buff spider?
What if? I can't.
22 for stealth because apparently horses roll flat stealth.
All right.
If nothing.
So
Surprisingly, horse not stealthy.
yeah, you know. So you
Comp.
start to make your way going through there, very gently carrying this sled, and you can kind of see that the box is getting a little bit worn from all of this,
Hmm.
but nevertheless, you continued, and
I did have my sled, okay?
do you try to find a spot to like camp, or do you try to just keep pushing? Right now there's not really a like, let's just say, a good spot to do anything. You would pretty much be leaving everything in the open if they were to come back
If
there.
only I was not a druid, that would have been problematic. But I am a druid, so I will just stone shape like a hole where you can hide, essentially.
Okay.
And then I will just sort of not all the way close it off because, but you know,
Okay.
I will just burn it, do it again, and
You
then
you
you
leave
know,
enough
sort
enough space for the garage door to be open, just for the
Yeah.
animal to go under.
but not at the bottom, at the top, by the way. Not it's like the garage door at the top.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So you kind of get set up and doing that and try to get cozy, hoping that since you came across them, maybe you know, maybe it means you're getting closer to whatever, but
Whatever it is,
so
getting close to the dank Ambahog, the special one.
so is there anything specific you guys wanted to do as you are in your rooms for the night?
I'm gonna keep an eye out for any rats, just so we don't have a massive fucking problem of someone's unleashing spirit guardians and destroying the inn that we're staying at, so we don't have an issue.
You summoned this. You did this. I wasn't gonna do it. Cole, you made me do this.
I will. What
Hold
do I
on.
need for this spell?
Hold on.
So first off,
I'll pull out a small pebble and spend a minute, and I'm going to cast creation and create for myself a stone sarcophagus around myself that'll last for the next 12 minutes, and I'm going to leave a tiny little air hole that I make sure is small enough only for like my pinky and not like an animal's head.
Okay. So, first off, so as you do that, right, you're setting up your little stone coffin in this tavern. Cole or Aeth, where are you just posed up at as you're trying to watch?
A hallway, basically.
Okay, so you just kind of
Knocking on everyone's doors. Knocking on everyone in our group's doors.
okay.
Just
No
to check
response
in.
from Garbu's room.
Oh,
Prime,
God damn it.
as you're in your room, and you just kind of get this wild hair, you cast your animal message.
I would like to summon a cat.
Okay, you kind of peeking
would
your
like to-
head out the window as you're kind of like looking to see, and hard at this moment to see any sort of rats, but you do see a cat that just happens to be nearby. You just kind of
That's
point.
probably the reason you don't see any rats.
He has a point. And then I want to tell the cat to go up to Garbu sneakily, try to make its way. It can jump on windows and go outside or whatever it has to do. And I want it to tell Garbu the rats have come to you, haven't they?
Okay.
We're a part of a war. Whose side will you choose?
Oh my
So,
God.
You said this, and the cat just kind of like looks at you, licks itself for a moment, and then just kind of stretches and starts pouncing a little bit. And you kind of just shut your window and just kind of go back.
Would have been more fun if you had to roll persuasion. The cat was like, nah, don't feel like it.
Nah,
It
pushes the glass cup
would
off
make
the
sense.
table and jumps out the window.
God damn
It's
it.
like roll me a DC 50 like persuasion check because it's a cat.
That's the
One.
first one. That's the first one
You
ever.
know
too.
what? Why not? Because it's funny that you do this. You close the window thinking you've done this successfully, right? And the cat just like as it pounces a little bit away, it goes up to the window where, like it would imagine. I would assume you kind of like emphasized where, and it just sits at the window at Garbu and just goes to sleep.
I still put myself in a stone sarcophagus for the next 12 hours.
12 hours? I thought it was 12 minutes.
Nope.
Garbu, make a
What
I
floor
must
are
have
we
been
on
make
for
a
this?
wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna get him killed or something. He's gonna roll a nat one.
No, the fact that he's
23.
what floor are we on? Because
You-
if it's stone and we're on a wooden floor.
It can hold.
He made it thin.
Yeah.
You fall asleep pretty fast as you feel it's cozy. You don't get like this
No
weird.
rats get in.
No, you just don't feel like this weird dizziness as the sounds of like yourself bouncing off of this stones constantly. So you're fine.
I wear metal armor all the time. I'm used to constant.
Solitary
right?
confinement.
Well, that's
Hello?
different because if you're just out and about, you may not hear it. But when you're still and in this really solid confinement, and it's just like the heart beating, the breathing, just constant, like your body noises, stuff like that. But nevertheless, we'll move on to day 46. And let me.
Wait, that means when
Garbu
you
is
wake up,
black
you're still gonna
out.
be in a goddamn.
I can waste a spell to get out if I want to.
I'm gonna.
Okay. So,
Okay, if I
But the
notice that
stone
Garbu's not
magically
out yet, I'm
disappears
gonna
after
just
12 hours.
knock on the door and then slowly open it.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure Garby would have locked his door.
Probably.
I'm going to bed, so I don't know.
No, this is
You're
the
not
morning.
opening-
Saying in
This
the
is the
morning.
morning.
Dang it.
So in
Okay.
the morning, Garbu's still asleep, or
Does the
Garbu
cat
hasn't
ever
come
show
out of
up?
his room yet. You don't know.
Dang
As far as you know, the cat did, but you asked it.
That's true. You wouldn't know otherwise.
I'll walk up to Garbu. Are we outside like talking now or something? Or
Nope.
It's,
Ace
I'm gonna
is
go-
knocking on
like
Garbu's door.
it's like you woke up and you're like slowly getting your gear on and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Garbu's room.
You see Aeth just also
Alright.
like slowly just kind of knocking on his door. Just
What's wrong with you?
Well, gotta make sure he's not doing anything stupid, like casting a spell in a tavern. Like,
Yeah, that's normal for him from what I can tell, and honestly, not far off from the rest of you guys. Myself notwithstanding, I do some things.
I more or less meant the fact that he, because of a rat or a mouse, caused him to react in a way to where he used a very dangerous spell.
You know what's weird?
What?
I had a cat come to me last night and mentioned something about a cat rat war.
Not my problem.
Huh.
I'll say
Fuck off, yeah.
eventually, unless you guys decide to break in, eventually Garbu would have came out.
It'd be like 4 hours. So if you guys would be willing to wait,
No, we're not waiting 4 fucking hours. I'm gonna go to the person and see if they can give us a spare key.
I'll go with him.
Make a persuasion check.
don't they not
It's
like us? in
it's
this
with
town?
it's with advantage
Yes.
because it was
They like us.
it was somebody who was traveling with you, but at the same time, just weird. So.
Are we like demigods compared to these people at this point, though?
Mm, to
Oh my
normal
freaking God.
people, anybody with magic could be considered.
That's true.
14.
Yeah, he'll go with you to unlock the door.
Okay, that's fine.
And as he opens and kind of like looks in, there's just a giant stone slab,
It's
slightly.
not giant. It's like 3 feet long by 2 feet
It's a
wide.
giant stone slab that is slightly
What the
dented
hell is
the
that?
floor a little. You guys are paying for that, by the way.
It has like a, you know, like
Uh.
what a sarcophagus looks like with like the death mask and stuff.
Bomb
It looks
it,
like
damn
that
it.
of Garbu.
Oh, Babahoot, damn it.
There's going to be 2 gold.
I'm just gonna... He'll pay, don't worry.
Hmm.
I'm gonna walk over to the slab.
I'll put 2 gold down.
He kind of just handed to him. And, please have this cleaned up. And just walks away.
I'm gonna see if I can find any sort of, like, knot or anything that can open.
You
Running my hand
see,
through it.
as you kind of feel over, you don't feel anything, but you come across what feels like a tiny little air hole.
Fuck, I don't. Jesus Christ!
I mean, he
Do
would
it.
still have a decent amount of air.
I mean, what's the lung capacity of a 2 foot tall kobold?
That depends.
But you're
you
also
awake yet?
you're also still in a tiny box, so
He left ventilation.
I said I left
Garbu!
singular ventilation.
Garby, I'm gonna try and angle myself to where my voice travels down the little small little air hole.
I would say easy enough as Garbu. You're probably awake at this time anyway. You're probably just
Yeah.
sitting in there.
Are there any rats out there? I try to yell out.
Oh, you dented the floor!
Are there rats?
No, I don't see any rats.
I forgot to hit my button. Sorry.
Insight check.
Make
I'm
an insight.
blind.
I can't see any rats. 20.
You
Do I have to
believe
roll
him?
for
No,
being blind?
no. You believe him wholeheartedly. There is no rats out there.
Hmm?
Do you feel any rats?
No. How would I feel them?
I'll stone shape all the stone around me into dust.
As it just slowly, like from top to bottom, just disintegrates itself. Just kind of dust actually falling to the floor. But you eventually are now free, Garbu, and the air feels slightly better. Not
That'll
any sort of
disappear
musk.
in 4 hours.
You owe Prime 2 gold.
The rats are 2 gold.
We're not doing this.
I'll walk
You're not.
over to him and I'll pat him on the head,
Okay.
and then I'll walk away.
So, you guys gather your things with a broom or whatever else to clean up the area. Anything else specific, or do you guys just continue your journey?
I mean, if you wait 4 hours, that dust just poofs into nothing.
I'm not waiting 4 hours for the dust to poof. Room services has to get in here, and now you put a massive dent in the floor, right in the middle.
Oops, I don't want to move that. So you guys just leave?
If we wait an hour, I can fix the dent.
We're not waiting an hour. We gotta get on the road again.
If we wait a minute, I can fix the dent.
We already paid.
Just give me a minute. I gotta get dressed anyways. It takes like 15 minutes to put armor on by yourself.
Are you guys
With help, it's like 5.
Are you guys trying to go to Zelosis to maybe teleport and go up?
I think that was the idea, yes.
Because the only problem with that is it's not.
I think it
You
saves us
won't-
like a day, maybe.
You won't be able to take the wagon and the horses.
That's a good point. But we could sell them.
You could. I'm just making you aware.
Yeah,
And then buy more in Raqqa. And then sell them again in Stormfair.
Oh my god.
You guys like horse buyers and sellers. See if you can make a profit every time.
We really
Or
gotta
we
see if
cram them in the bag of holding.
And they
we're
die.
not cramp. They die immediately.
Then I just
So-
bring them back.
We'll say
They can only
right
be dead for
there.
less than a minute.
I don't need that to bring them.
There. So
Do they need to be sentient? Or can they just be like,
Probably.
they're too
functional?
big. They're too big to fit in the bag of holding.
but our horse bones?
Oh my god.
God damn it, go fuck off.
Garbu becomes necromancer.
No.
I swear
I'm
to
just
God,
saying.
I will find a way to make a stone slab and I'll
Theoretically,
put
a
you in it.
necromancer could just carry horse bones with them and boom, instant travel.
We're going to the cart, headed to
Peregrine
Celsus.
shows up out of the boots and just kills Garbu.
Yeah.
He's becoming too.
Sorry,
too
that was
powerful.
more out of character.
You guys do
He's becoming
know
too
that
powerful.
the next day you would reach Zelosi. Unless you guys traveled through the night, but the horses would definitely be exhausted just as much as you guys would. Because it's
Well, if we're
We can't
selling
ma-
them anyways.
We can't make them
Well,
look
you-
exhausted.
You can really get a bad deal.
Yeah, they might sell for less if they look dead tired.
They have to look fresh.
Yeah.
so. You guys want to wait?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, at least as you wake up,
Fucking rats and cats.
Um,
What the fuck's next?
it's-
Dogs?
once again it just feels like hard to tell between what time it is being underground. But
Mhm.
you are up and awake.
Fantastic. Let's keep on trucking ahead.
All right.
I'm looking at my timer on this. Like, I wish I could look at the time on the screen, but it's in the box.
So you use your stone shape to get out and
Oh yeah.
take take everything and start going again. Okay. Go ahead and make another survival for me. A survival
Oh
check.
wait, I can use this spell. This is pretty useful. Okay, yeah, sorry. I was looking at my spell list. Survival. Where are you? 24.
Nice. As you travel on through, it once again it kind of opens up to the left hand side, and it's very wet, slippery, and you can see kind of like a little bit below, if you would like stop for just a second, of rushing water. It's not heavy per se. It's a lot lighter, but you can see where it looks like it gathers in some areas, a bunch of stalactites and mites in different areas. Just an open up part of the cave. You can kind of start to see a little bit in the distance of it as well. Like, looks like kind of like fungal plants as they've slowly illuminate in certain areas. You feel as though you definitely have reached something. But nevertheless, you continue on your journey downward. And as you kind of keep going just a little bit, the whole thing opens up now. And you, as you kind of like sit there and look a little bit, kind of doing like a slow trot, if you will, just kind of looking at everything, trying to figure out what's next. You're still kind of following like this little path, at least it looks like a path. And kind of like looks like behind a little bit of some rock formations, there's a really big glow, and you think maybe that's where you need to go. But you instantly hear, as you kind of notice that, you instantly hear this somewhat familiar of a kind of like a garglish roar, as the same mutated Umber Hulk stops you in your path.
There we go. We found the big boy.
And just like it stops you standing in your way, and just like it sounds like it's making a threat, possibly.
Or it's trying to tell me, hey, what the fuck? It's like, hey, you there, stop.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just looking up a thing. Yeah, in case I need it. Elise looks at it, and I mean, let's see. I was just gonna try common first. But should I try Sylvan first? I mean, I don't know. These things are mutated, so Sylvan probably wouldn't work. I'll just try. I'll just talk normally first. Hello again. It's been a hot minute, I suppose. I'm not here to hurt anyone or anything. I'm here for help. I was told by someone powerful that I could save this little girl. if you would give me the chance to get her out, and I point towards the sarcophagus.
Do you go and do that? Do you like?
I'm more like I wait for it, see if it reacts first. Like no response.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check as it kind of like it sits there. You can hear it mumbling a little bit as it's trying to stand its ground, but you don't see it like instantly attacking.
23.
Okay.
Fucking cat. God damn it. I hate it so much. Like in out, in out, in out, in out.
So you kind of go over and like you have to really put, unless you like use something, kind of put a little bit of force to get the box open.
Let's imagine I brought the crowbar specifically for to get the things out.
But
like, don't mind me.
you kind of like hold her in your arms. You're able to see the mushroom as another dot has went away.
Got that.
But as you kind of like hold it and you see the creature slowly starts to like walk up to you and gets like right in your face, and you can now see its mandible like head. The pincers like just encompass you completely, that if it just wanted to, you know, it would be game over. A little bit of kind of like bluish liquid as it kind of drops from its mouth, as it just kind of like sits there, big eyes staring at you. Fucking figure.
Nat 20 to attack.
Oh shit!
It's just it just like releases everything it has right then and there. Surprise round.
Just suplexes you.
I guess anti-life shell.
This
It casts counter
giant
spell.
thing just grabs you and just suplex.
That's the only time she hears.
As it kind of like just stares at you, and like both you and Lucy, you hear kind of like a faint tone. Can't make out the sound, but the creature kind of like moves a little bit. You can feel like one of the mandibles kind of like pushes you a little as it kind of turns its head to like maybe listen to what the sound is.
I just go like,
And then looks back. You actually feel because I'm a dick. 2 points of lightning damage. It's just like a little bit of a shock, like really like gyros to you as the mandible touched you.
Yeah, last time you were barely paying attention when we fought this thing. One might even say you were barely there.
But it kind of comes back to
you guys
stare
fucked it up.
It comes back
You
to
were
like
wild
stare
shaped
at
as the
you,
bear for most of the fight.
and then it just
God damn it.
slowly backs up, and then just kind of like makes an audible sound, and kind of like sit there for a moment, and you hear the sounds of 2 more Umber Hulks as they come closer, almost boxing you in.
Okay.
And with a little bit of kind of like rumbling back and forth between them, it slowly sidesteps and kind of sidesteps all the ways it watches you, almost indicating to move forward.
Okay, I'm being escorted, I suppose.
And obviously the second you start taking steps, they start really close, unpleasantly close.
Okay, at least just like so keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. Like the entire time in her head, she's like, it's like one wrong move and I'm fucked.
But you past the kind of like the rock-like formation, and you see almost like an awe-inspiring scene. As you kind of pass the rock, you can see a row of kind of like colorful flora, as it kind of illuminates the path and a little bit of the of a side of a wall that's there. You see where on the other side of this path is kind of like a stream of water. It you're not really paying attention if it's flowing or if it's kind of stagnant, but you at least notice that there is water there. But what really draws you in is just about like 50ish like more feet ahead of you. It kind of leaves like a little arch path to a bigger center platform. There is a really tall, kind of like a rock-like column. It's not designed in any way, just a natural formation. You can see a little bit of the flora kind of around it, but what draws the attention more is this massive dragon as parts of like the back, the mostly the lower portions seems to be like almost integrated in the ground itself. Like you can see what looks like parts of where maybe a tail would be, as it looks like it might even splint off in a few different directions, but you could see crystals kind of forming around it, like it's part of the ground itself. Like this dragon, while it appears and shows to be alive, as there's this massive kind of bluish, like light blue with a slight hint of a kind of like a neon greenish glow to it, almost where the belly is of it.
It's the hillbilly dragon.
No.
Heck yeah, dude.
Don't ruin this. I fucking swear.
Just one.
So,
Just one line?
it's a light blue dragon?
No, this orb, this
Oh.
the dragon itself is gray, like a just dull gray color.
So its color is drained from its scales, essentially? Or have I ever heard of a grey dragon?
You can make a history check.
I'm really good at those. 9.
Yeah. Never heard of it. This is probably
Yeah.
something special. But again, it's just weird. The dragon itself seems to be fixated on the ground and somewhat of the column. And its tail slowly, again, what looks like would be its tail, kind of wraps around this little ball of light, if you will. Again, that looks like it's kind of protruding from its stomach, if you will. Like it's also integrated into it. You can see really majestic like wings, and it's not like a typical dragon where it's just one set. You can see as it kind of slowly flutters them just a little. Looks like there's 3 sets of wings on each side of it.
That's really redneck.
I fucking swear.
We all know that the redneck dragon is not on this side of the continent.
I know.
It's on the southern side.
Biblically accurate dragon. God damn
I
it.
swear. I thought we
No,
agreed.
boys,
First
my
off,
hoard's in Texas.
first off, the dragon is red, right? The hillbilly dragon is red. All right, so
It
leave it.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
NASCAR, baby. I'm the Dale
All
Earnhardt
that
of the
matters is
sky.
every dragon we meet, we're gonna ask if it's the hillbilly dragon.
No, 'cause
I
that-
swear
that-
I
that-
will
We're
smite you
never gonna
guys
find it.
all the time.
Never-
If
never
I
gonna
was here
find it. I
on
want
the
to find
Nintendo
it.
It's like
Daddy
Mewtwo.
episode, I
It's
would
like
ask
Mewtwo.
if he was the hillbilly dragon.
You would never
Can we
fucking
kill
Gar-
do
Garbo
it.
too.
quickly?
I will kill
Oh,
all
yeah,
of
I'm
you.
gonna cast Dimension Door.
On my
I just have to go-
trailer.
Somebody kill
I
me.
just,
This
I just
ca-
want you to play a hillbilly
As long
character
as
that's
he's not
campaign, I don't
casting it
care.
on his cousin.
This
Like a
campaign
next character,
is.
even if it's this campaign or next campaign, I want it to be a hillbilly character.
You just walk in and it's holding a gun with mage hand going, "What you doing there, boy? You trying to start something?"
I swear.
Can't you see this in my
and
trailer?
like normally you have like a dragon horde, but it's just like a hoarder, like like just random shit everywhere. It's
Hey,
not
you see
actual
that over
money.
there? That's a hubcap for a Buick 27. It's got 303 engine, and I swear to you, I've got the parts for it to get it fixed up somewhere in that yard.
Okay. Okay.
Brayden knows, because Brayden knows these are real people that I know. I'm
Okay.
not like
Let's get back
too
on
much
track.
fun now.
So
Okay,
I
let's
wish
go
he
to the
was.
into the cool scene.
so back to my ruined
As
moment
the
now.
dragon whips out a
Dang it, dude.
banjo.
it wasn't my fault. They kept pressuring me, and I can't.
So
help it.
you see this, and the dragon, as it just kind of sits there,
How many
Just-
eyes does it have?
Hmm?
2
two,
or more.
just two,
Okay, it's not biblically accurate.
as it
Damn
just
it.
slowly, its head just kind of looks in your direction. As for you, you just kind of stop and froze, as like it looks nice and it kind of like builds up, and then you see this, and you just kind of like stop and
Oh,
stare.
damn. It's like I thought I saw a big dragon, but now there's an even bigger dragon. How big do they get?
There's always a bigger dragon.
Yeah, how big do these things get?
Plot twist.
And
We've
then
been
I
on
get
a.
pooped into the unbox,
We've been
and the
on a.
unbox is like, I'm like, ah!
They get as big as
We're
they get
currently
old.
on a dragon right now. What?
Anyways,
The world itself isn't flat. It isn't round. It is in fact a dragon.
anyways,
That'd be awesome.
what are you doing
Garbu
as
is a
you
dragon
kinda,
earther.
like get your senses back to yourself?
I mean, I guess I'm supposed to go to it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's up to you. You could run away
I
for
mean-
all I care.
No, I'm not gonna run away. At least just like, I'm not a bitch. Looks at
Suplex
the
that
voice today.
dragon.
I'm not a bitch. I came all this way.
But you
Come on, at least you got this. Suplex it.
you make your way as you kind of turn on the platform to start walking up to it, and it's beautiful, but just also unnerving of something like this.
I mean, at least I'm scared fucking shitless, but she's like, I mean,
And
gotta go, right?
you have completely forgotten the fact that the two regular Armor Hulks had stopped, and it's just now the big one as it follows you. You forget everything else, and as you just stare at this. And you get up to where the platform is, and you can kind of feel a little bit of the like static air kind of coming behind you as the mutated Umber Hulk is breathing kind of on you, but you're just still fixated on the crystals, the amalgamations of it being merged into the ground and the column, the huge kind of glowing spear that's attached to it, kind of like, again, a little bit of its belly, and then just the wings itself, all of it, as it just looks at you.
Like, and he just stands there. It just looks sort of like awkwardly. She doesn't know if she should talk or not. Waits a little bit. Okay, I'm supposed to talk. That's just an internal thing. Okay, I'm supposed to talk, maybe?
What the heck is that?
What is what?
Nothing.
Inspired
Just-
from our
Just
conversation.
just ignore them.
I guess if the dragon doesn't commence conversation after an awkward silence of me staring at it and it's staring at me.
As both of you kind of like having this stare off, if you will, you do hear a voice.
Elise is trying really hard not to blink.
You do hear a voice. What's weird is out loud, it's just a monotone of sound, no words. But in your head, you do hear, been some time since the Fey mortals have I laid eyes on. You
Fey
are
mortals? Elise thinks to herself.
quite far from your grounds. Why are you here?
I guess I don't know if it can mind read, but at this point, Elise just isn't thinking quite far from my grounds. It's like I was born not too far away from here. What are you talking about? And like Elise sort of lifts up Lucy a little bit higher in her arms. And she's like, her arms like, pain. Cause she's, oh wait, no, I have the gloves now. I'm stronger now. Never mind. No pain. I have gloves. I'm here to save her. Her spirit is not strong enough for her body. And I was told here there would be something to help her.
You hear kind of like what feels like the ground slightly tremoring. You get maybe it's like trying to shift a little, but just parts of it won't budge anymore.
Mm.
As the neck kind of in a weird way looks like it's wanting to look, but it can't go that far. And just I can sense this youngling had a spirit of the dragon within her. Is thy wrong?
No, you're right, correct. It was not. How can I say it? It was malevolent to her survival, so.
Hmm.
Things happened. And at least there's up 1,000 yards there.
I can see you're trying. Hold on. I can see, yeah, that thou is trying to save this youngling. You. Sorry, it's going to take me a bit to get this right. Thou is not wrong. Empowering one's essence is within thy realm, but only in dragon-like nature.
We would have to fill up the thing with the same, like the void with the same essence.
Thy can only empower one's essence if they are draconic in nature. Your youngling is that of not.
Alicia sits there like thinks, I'm so confused.
But draconic blood still courses through. Thy can merge another to your youngling. And maybe might help.
Alicia just stands there and thinks it over and then looks at her or it. So what? Another dragon has to sacrifice themselves?
No. If thy youngling merged again with another draconic essence, the draconic essence would once again still take over, as they are in their nature to do so. Your youngling would not survive. Kind of lifts its head back up and
At least you're just like, what the fuck is this thing talking about?
how much did I care about the youngling?
At least just looks at the thing, looks away, looks back again. More than I would like to admit.
Make a persuasion check.
Yay. 22. Shit, I'm rolling fucking high today, by the way.
Besides your history.
Yeah, but that's fine. That was a joke roll anyway. I burned my bad rolls on the joke rolls.
Just roll a persuasion again.
like-
I just want to see. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Go. All right.
It's you. See, you say joke roll, then on the joke roll I instantly fall. We're peaking when it matters, okay?
I always believed.
There
Hmm.
is three essence that would have a higher yield of success if merged with your youngling. But they would have to be willing for it to work at all. I can sense confusion, but passion within you. Don't seem a true bat of nature, but not a divine essence itself either. Because thy has come so far and has proven thyself, and you kind of get a little bit of a sense as it was mentioning this, like a hint of recognition from the creature behind you.
Mm.
Thy be willing to help you in your time of need. And
Just tell me what to do.
you can see like this little gem on its forehead as it kind of like lights up a little bit and almost like projects an image pretty big.
Mm.
You see a dragonborn, red in color, as it's appears to be sitting down, covered in looks like basic clothings. your basic clothings. It is the voice.
At least just looks at it.
This
Oh no.
this one referenced through its kind as the voice. While it does not present much magical stability, does grant in its true essence its purity to its faith. If they was willing to merge, this would yield a high chance of success. If they did merge, there is a chance that either thy youngling take control and would more than likely remain its true form, but would understand the calling and the purpose of the other.
Mm.
If this Dragonborn has more will, they could end up absorbing your youngling. They would possess magical means with this and have a new sense of understanding, as they would absorb not just your youngling's essence, but their emotions, their memories, and their power. It shows another image. A auburn like hair colored gnome you are also familiar with. This gnome seems to have been dwelled a little bit of thy's magic, and an unfortunate circumstances they have succumbed to, which altered their essence, forming two, each powerful in their own right, and are slowly becoming more and more stronger. But as they grow stronger, so does their death, as it is once two powerful essence filling in the vessel of one. If they and your youngling was to merge, one of their essence would go. The gnome would survive and carry on whichever one remains. And their personality would alter your youngling, and indeed as well empowering them. And then
Which gnome is it? Like at least as the like who what gnome? I recognize the gnome, but who is it?
It is since you only know her of the one name, it is Empress.
Oh, Empress. Okay.
But she's in the Camille state at this time.
Mm.
And then it shows a third image. This one you don't recognize. But when it mentions the name, that starts to ring the bell. You see a dryad. This one features a more fall like leaf patterns
Mm.
of an outfit. Looks relatively young as a kind of like a young, more of a female figure. And I need to get, I can't get this name wrong. This one is a pair of three. When together, believe you mortals reference this as Tristani.
Eten?
Oh, there we go. Sorry, my thing's freezing up for a second. Are you good? Are you alive?
I'm
Are
good.
you there?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Like the Stani of Zetem, the Blaze of Light thingy.
That Tristani, yes.
the
He's
are you
apparently a group
asking
of
that
3 dryads.
Yeah, I'm asking that out loud to the thing.
Oh.
the civilization I am not entirely familiar with,
About the stone blades.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm getting to it.
but I believe you would be correct. And it tries to show an image. It seems to be trying to go off of memory. And I think you've only seen him once, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I saw him when Garby did his thing, and then he looked.
And I just want to double check. But yeah, you there's a little bit of details off here, but you do recognize the more plain leaf-like patterns. My computer's having a hard time for whatever reason. The plain kind of leaf-like patterns that almost makes it look like resembles kind of like a robe. The greenish, dark green to lightish green hair. But yes, that is the one that is made of three. If they will be willing, would help empower your youngling, as they would be more in tune to your ancestry heritage. But the things that this being keeps back would no longer be able to hold.
At least you says there. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing at this point in time.
And all the
No,
images.
no, I should have look at the dragon. You mean the? If you look at and at least like if you look here, like the big creature. You mean that thing?
One of many, yes.
Oh, that's unfortunate, I suppose.
But as the images kind of slowly circle into it kind of forms back into one and then kind of stops highlighting all of that. they would be a willing participant to make this process work. If not willing, it would be unsuccessful. And your youngling will indeed perish.
Ah, man. It's never easy, is it? So you're telling me it's one of three? So I need one of three or I need all three?
If you're talking about the Tristani one, it's only one.
Mm.
It is a being of three, and you just need one of them. It only highlighted one of them because at this point in time, it must be two of them are combined, and one of them has uncombined at this point. A side note that you wouldn't even know at all, but just kind of a little bit of a clarification. Tristani is a being of three Dryrads. They can uncombine at any time and kind of do separate things and then recombine again. So it's not like something's happening.
Like a Megazord?
If you want to put it that way, yes. So
I have to find the head. No.
You would just need one of them to be willing, and it would leave two instead of three.
I look at the dragon. So it's still like Tristani's still alive, because I was wondering if they died when the city got attacked.
The main entity has stayed within their sanctuary, where they are most safe, and allow themselves of a single transportation through whatever means they need for whatever purpose, but cannot be separated for long.
Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Also, you mentioned something about society and difference. We've heard something about stone blades. What was that about?
I don't know.
A past civilization that was erased from existence.
At least takes like not a step forward, but more like leans in a little bit. And we also met a spirit from what seemed like a long time ago. But they said they were from like a few years ago. But nothing. Is that from the same thing? What happened? The time doesn't line up anymore.
What Thy is referencing is the next few words sound weird, but it tries to put it in perspective of like a time barrier of sorts is collapsing.
So everything is going to shit.
As two times are actually unraveling. Not. Yeah. the way it sounds.
Mm. That would does that explain the presence of the God Killer?
That entity was created to fix what is broken. Think of an unnatural organism that has hurt the host immensely and is killing the host. At some point, if the host is strong enough, would create a special organism to kill off the infection and to heal the host once again. That would be what this entity is. A cure to the plague.
Us?
Fixing what is now broken. Putting things back to the way they were supposed to be.
How do you kill such a thing?
Unfortunately, you do not. They are...
Fantastic.
They can be halted, but not destroyed.
So that's why the dragon, the elder brain dragon, was running.
The unfamiliar abomination that you speak of. Yes.
What was the dragon, the other dragon that we found under Sharnwick with the imprints of the, I would say, dragon weapons, I suppose, if you would call them that. What was that dragon about? Paragon seemed really alarmed when we told her about it.
Just one of many of my offsprings that had fell to time.
And the other, and I nod over to the thing. There was like another big creature there that we slew. Was it related to this one?
These creatures have feasted upon certain of my offsprings through time, and seems that with enough exposure has mutated them to a higher standing. They now share their own mixed with draconic blood. One might consider a half-breed.
Interesting.
So eat
Seems that
dragon to become dragon.
So it seems dragons are very potent in magical power and merging and mutating.
Our essence are indeed potent, as I put it. It's why they were eliminated when your patrons, your higher entities came to this world.
So we've been going around to these obelisks, and they talk about dragon history. And from what I've seen or been told, Bahamut, who is one of these high entities, died, and there was like a third one, and Tiamat wasn't a god at some point, but just a really big dragon. I'm quite sure that these whatever these obelisks are, they're trying to tell us something, but it seems like you were there, maybe.
I'm getting tired of this. Thy has been there since the beginning, as the creation of all. There were 3 that I empowered before my fall and descent to help dictate, control, and lead their fellow siblings and future generations. The gifts that I bestowed were not of permanent, but of worth. They have and will continue to fall and rise under the same name.
Oh, that explains. So you were like the original dragon? As far as my limited mind can comprehend something like that?
That is correct.
Jesus.
And what is your name, if I may ask? If I'm not too rude.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. Now I'm gonna roll like a nat one or something stupid. I love it. I fucking called the nat one even. Oh, that's funny as fuck. Oh my god. Oh, yes.
It is a name that is beyond your comprehension at this time.
Figured.
It's totally Dragon Jesus.
No.
No. But
Damn it.
it just goes like, yeah, I sort of figured that one out.
What if it's just like a really old dragon that likes messing with people,
Doubt it.
and half of this is all made up?
Yeah, you don't know. You're not there.
No. And at least just
Yeah.
looks at it. So
He's part of the Rat Squad.
I know it's my choice in the end between these 3. But I don't know. Like, the only thing I care about is not what would make, and like Elise not looks down, what makes her the most powerful. It's what makes her be her. I don't care for her to be powerful. I don't care for her to be in her new form strong. I just want her to be her and to live a life. I mean, if we're all gonna die anyway because of some god killer, because we're an infestation, might as well live those days out being yourself.
Unfortunately, I would have to choose if they want their youngling to see another day.
Okay, so the gods are not supposed to be here. They're outside creatures. Interesting. Also, what am I? I've been named things, past lives, but and you mentioned something not from here, but or where I'm from, but I am from here.
Indeed, thy is from the mortal planes that you walked on before. It is the other life that you might be remembering or being called about. The one that came before this life, before the resurrection. The conflict between your patrons left this world in devastation. Almost all life was extinguished like a flame underwater. Your patrons tried to undo this, and it is what broke time.
Oh, dang.
Can they fix it?
No. It is beyond them. They tampered with forces that is far beyond even their understandings.
So do we're all heading towards doom then?
Kind of just slightly nods. That is correct.
Illy just stands there and ponders that for like a second. But there has to be something now. Anything.
The organism again can be halted, slowed. It will succeed one way or the other, but it can be slowed.
Oh.
The entity still traverses that of your mortals. It takes time to get places, to new areas, to new heights. Once it's
We're
finished,
supposed to imprison me on the mortal plane?
no.
Send him to the airplane.
Deal with it, Zoe.
It kind of like shows an image of the world, and you can see.
Is it a dragon?
No. You can see a couple of continents. The one that you're sort of familiar with as Cinca. There's, as the player, Aztec to the north and a little bit to the west of it. And then on the other side of the world is this just massive, huge region. And it kind of spins it a little bit as it's just showing everything. And then it stops on Cinca. when this entity has claimed this land, and it kind of slowly highlights Cinca in just redness.
Mm.
The organism will move to the next, and the next, until it has done what it was created to do. But it kind of zooms like tremendously, and you just see like a regular boat, no extinguished of anything, but still has to travel the way mortals travel, through place to place.
Interesting. So it's not omnipotent yet. If it ever will be.
It already has. By
I mean,
absorbing 2 of my offsprings. And it does like a very quick kind of imagery. There's, which both of you are familiar with, at the battle of the dragons with Nodrin that died. You see the image of, it's kind of faded in a way. It's like, it's not, the idea is it's showing this dragon doesn't really know what every single person looks like, but it knows the situations, and you just see we're clearly Nodrin, so it might have some solid idea of each individual dragon at least. You see what looks like a figure kind of throwing a little bit of their magic onto it and then leaving, and it just slowly pivots kind of around where you see the organism, which the Storm King, the Nameless King, whatever, as he is absorbing the dragon's essence. And then it shifts to, it shows kind of quickly where both Hansu landed, and it looks like another entity landed kind of relatively close by.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of gives you like a little shiver, pain. But
Well, that was unpleasant.
You can see the organism as it walks up to it, and almost like it absorbs it. It's consuming its soul before leaving.
So that's why it wanted the like points at it wanted hers as well.
It has already begun its own process of cleansing, but it does seek to use an abomination to help it. One that, if allowed to wreak havoc and then be absorbed by the organism, would cast it beyond your patrons.
It is just like rubs her temples and it's like with one hand because the other hand is still holding Lucy, and it's like you do make it sound like there's no point in trying.
I am only informing you of what you ask and of what I know.
I'm not mad or angry. It's just a lot of unpleasant information.
This world,
Anything
this world was only a draconic world. None of you mortals existed here. This world was doomed when your patrons arrived. I am only living because of my fallen descent has been unnoticeable and would hope to keep it that way.
I have no intent of telling anything unless they force it out of me.
You hear clapping behind you. I was wondering when I get to see you again.
Elise just goes, oh. And like you see Elise's face just goes, no.
As you
I
turn
don't know who
around,
this is, but no.
you can see, because of the illuminated lights, the I want to make sure I describe him good enough.
It's like Elise has no fucking clue who this is, and you're just like, no.
It's
Yeah, we're just more making sure I remember.
Is it the guy that we dropped off a cliff?
I think so.
Who do you drop off a
Oh.
cliff? It's not just very unspecific.
Someone who
group
doesn't
that,
matter.
Very
That group that
surprisingly.
we
Who shot
fought in the
cliff?
cave? Yeah.
Oh, I don't care about his image now. I don't even know where. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the you can see
That's
the gray half orc as he
Ah, motherfucker.
is walking up. He is definitely brandishing more different type of kind of like skin-like clothing. You can see where it features a couple of scales. Behind him, you can see a white, a red, and a blue drake as they're walking. They look extremely familiar to you.
He's just like,
As he's just... And here I thought you would have died. It just makes this so much sweeter. Now, I would say I would keep my promise and take you in, retrieve my reward, but I think I'm way past that now.
he's just staring at the dragons like trying to recognize something, but it's just like, and like Elise looks at him. Remind me, who the fuck are you again?
You're the little bird that got away. And I here have brought my wonderful pets as they start to sound like they're getting feral more. They're ready to go.
Oh, you're the ones that got scared from my dragon. Oh, now I remember. I mean, I can bring him out if they want to play.
As he kind of looks, and it seems as though they might be ready for a little bit of revenge themselves.
Very good.
So why don't you guys go ahead and roll enough? There will be no fighting in my presence on my grounds.
He's just like, I mean, he's here to fight. I'm not here to fight. Whispers that's like under her breath, like, it's not my fight. I don't want to fight.
The quarrel between you two can be taken somewhere else, but you will not have it here.
I mean, I don't have no intent of fighting, and he wants to fight me. I don't care who he is.
But you are his quarry, and thus makes you just as equal as he is.
Okay.
Please, by no means. I'll do You've helped me. I can wait a little bit more. Give them a running head start.
Elise just looks at him. I think you're grossly misunderstanding the gravity of the situation. What what is ahead of us? I mean, if you want to waste the rest of your days in petty nonsense, you can do that. I have better things to do.
Sounds fine with me.
Oh my god, you're absolute loser. It's like, why waste your talents on something as useless as this?
Yeah, as she kind of directs back to you. I can offer you a slight solution to your problem. And its arm, as it kind of reaches down, its arm is just like there's just almost like no muscle to this being. But it reaches down and just kind of attempts to try to break and slightly cracks until it make the word eventually it just kept escaping me. Eventually breaks. And it's like a crystal gem, like pretty size for its own hands. Places it down in front of you and takes like a little bit of its claw and kind of like chips a piece off. Goes and kind of scoops it up. It's like you'd be surprised it's kind of holding it. And a little beam from the forehead kind of goes into the gem it's holding. And then puts it down to you.
Okay.
I
take it.
Well, before you do. You can... You can put your youngling essence into this. As their entire being will fold into it. But be wary. It may slow your youngling's life slowly. You cannot undo it.
Oh. Well, she's telling me that, oh, so I would give up her body to put her essence in there?
Essentially, it's like an easier way to carry her around, but you can't just take her back out. And the process might slow down her timer. A, you won't be able to keep track of it no more. And B, if you manage to go to whichever of the three, and if one of them is willing, it's kind of like putting them in a blender, if you will. Putting them together, and then whatever comes out.
You hit the smoothie button, or do you just repeatedly tap the chop button?
Probably the smoothie button. But again,
just don't drink it.
You can either do it. The option is you can either carry her the way you have been and actually be able to keep track of her. You can see everything about her, like so on and so forth. Of course, she could be damaged and thus killed. If you put her essence in that, easier to travel. You won't be able to keep track of her anymore. And while she technically would be stable, if that breaks, like it's just shattered. There's not even a resurrection could bring anything back. Because there's nothing left of her.
Okay, if it's that kind of crystallinity, it's like, I mean, see, that seems kind of like convenient, but yet more difficult. Don't know if it's really worth it. Also, at least it's the guy. Can you just fucking leave me alone? I have no interest anyway. And then looks
He
back at
just-
the thing.
He's just sitting, kind of like leaning back on a rock, just watching you with a smirk on his face. You would feel as though you're kind of at a, I guess you could say, a dead end with questions. You have
Yeah.
you have an option to choose, and kind of from there it, we'll see. But
I think I would have to do this the hard way.
very well. May your journeys be safe, and kind of like puts the little gem back on the ground, just in a different spot. Breaks off another piece and kind of breathes on it,
Mm.
and then holds it back to you. Take this. If one of those three is willing to merge with your youngling, they both would need to be touching this. So be careful not to touch another mortal with you.
Mm. Let me just add it to my inventory as merged fusion gem.
Gem of Purunga.
No.
Dragon Ball fusion.
Damn
Did
it.
they have to do a dance with Lucy when they do it, and then?
That would be
Anyway.
fucking awesome.
It's the it's like the Kai earrings.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Atari earrings.
Yeah, Patara earrings.
Retard.
Yeah,
God damn it. Why do I?
that'd be funny
I
as
know
fuck.
that?
If you give me like 2 earrings,
But-
like they have to both wear this.
While you think about that, we'll take a break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yay!
Welcome back. So, Elise, you have a choice. Do you take or deny the gem?
What, the fusion gem?
Yeah. No. Yeah, you took that. Sorry, I was thinking. Of
I
the
took
other
that.
thing.
I
Yeah,
said no to the other one, and I took the fusion gem. I made my choices already.
So, what are you doing?
It's like as Elise is like looks at the oracle in the distance, a half fucking distance, just like, then looks back at like, oh, one thing before I leave, what gem Dragonborn? What the fuck's up with that?
Which one are you talking about?
The gem Dragonborn at the tentacle that he referred to, who had the things to make a portal.
Okay. They were crystal-like entities. They were not designed as a dragonborn or anything of the like.
Oh. Well, oh, I thought they would look like a Dragonborn. Anyway, I'm gonna say crystal-like entities. What fucks up with those?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because of your nat 1.
Sure, I'm gonna roll a 7. Oh, 8. Do I get something for almost calling it?
The dragon laughs
And you-
at you, and Joseph has to act out the laugh.
At least look at the half mark. Maybe you need to get that checked out.
Sorry, that was. I needed a drink.
Oh.
I drink Umber Hulk pee.
While I do not think you have the time for my explanation, they are not of this world.
Checks out. Well, I have a good one. I have to find people. Thank you for your time. Fuck that guy. And well, see you at the end of the world, I suppose.
Fucking fuck
Unfortunately,
that guy.
I do not believe we would be seeing each other.
Yeah,
But
it was more
the
of a joke.
best of luck to you and your kind.
Seems we're doomed anyway. And Elise just goes like, looks at the orc, half orc. So how do you want to do this?
Well, we can't fight here, and presumably anywhere close to here. So,
I mean, you want to go chase me, or do you want to go fight somewhere?
he kind of gets off of his little rock, and then he just walks like right up to you and just kind of face to face, not in your face, but face to face, and just. Well, I do like a chase. I like a challenge. And, yeah. A chase would be nice. How do you want to do this?
I mean, I prefer to not waste our time and me just leave, and I don't see the point of fighting. But I mean, if you seem to be dead set on it, I mean, I've not here to what. Yeah, I don't see the point.
You tossed me off a cliff while I was at least.
Well, you were going to kill the others and like turn me into some fucking maniac. So of course, like what? It's like I defended myself. You did something. You lost. That's it. But also, I mean, I didn't even when we figured out that you were still alive. I didn't bother to come after you because I don't care.
You first
off a cliff.
Cheated.
I didn't cheat.
I had already won. And you had whatever thing to call in the big guy over there to mess everything up.
Well, I wanted to do it in a different way. And A, you hadn't won. I had still had plenty of things to up my sleeve. And B, that was not my... It's like, B, that was not my intention. And as the pigeon pointed it out,
the pigeon got ate by a dragon. Be quiet.
Yeah. No, it's like. Also, you abused our hospitality. Anyway, I have no interest in fighting you. Apparently, you have made it your singular goal to fight me. I mean, that's your problem at this point. I don't care.
Eat that pigeon again.
I kicked the pigeon.
If you don't care, then it sounds like it's more of a one-way situation. But regardless,
I have no hostility to you. It's like I have forgiven and forgotten. Well, not so much forgiven. It's like it happened. We didn't die. Whatever you were serving at the time, that guy is. If he's so desperate for getting power of a little city, I mean, be my fucking guest.
Well, now it's more about principle.
Okay.
I mean, you telling me that if you were sent out to capture somebody, not only did they get away, but did a just humiliating and unforgettable way, you wouldn't want to go back after them?
No, it happened to me already a few times, so it's like pick your fights, I suppose.
I'll tell you what. I am aware of this giant, I think it's called Grillion still. This Grillion.
Oh, the monkey.
Where does it sleep? You tell me that.
Okay, I mean, it sleeps on the part where the fucking little dragons aren't.
I don't think we even saw where it slept, did we?
No.
I don't think we were even there at night. I think we came in the morning, went and looked
it's
at
like,
the pole, and then left.
Elise just looks at him.
That's out of character. That was just me,
no, I know. Elise just looks at him and it's like, well, sleeps as in. At least looks at like takes out the map from her bag and just puts it on the ground. I mean, like we were here. That's where we talked to it. Oh, well, we didn't talk to it. The other person talked to it, and we were just there.
You can. It sounds more of like you were trying to make a persuasion, like you're trying to tell the truth of where it's at.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm not trying to deceive. I'm just like I mean that's where it's
So,
at. I mean I don't care if
just-
it lives or die.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. 24. I mean, I guess speaking when it matters, right? No, it's not 20. That shit.
All right.
I mean that's where we've talked to it and seen it.
You rolled a 19.
Yeah.
The last one was a 1.
She has to
He-
balance her rolls.
He takes off.
Not everyone rolls only
He takes out one of his knives that he has on his chest, and kind of just slowly walks around you, and you feel just a little knit of your hair, and just. I guess this will do as my unfortunate revenge. Kind of just tosses it away, puts the knife back in.
At least like I'm wounded.
There's not a bald spot.
Very well. I guess this little matter can be ended. Now I know where that thing sleeps. I can get rid of it and get back up.
You do whatever you want, man. It's like make the most out of your life, I suppose. Whatever's left.
No problem, Big Mama. I'm rolling out. Come on. And all the drakes kind of start to follow him as he walks out. And he goes kind of like in a... If you were to continue to go straight instead of curving to go up the platform, that's where he's going.
Mm.
You,
At least looks back at the thing and at the dragon, and it's just like, huh, that makes sense, I suppose. I mean, I honestly don't care for the monkey. If you wanted me to tell about the monkey, then you should just ask. Anyway.
just doesn't respond.
Yeah. Well, I look at my escort. I mean, like, do you want me to follow? Because I'm gonna leave now.
It just kind of opens itself to allow you to walk back down the platform.
Okay, I'm just gonna make my way back.
As you pretty much go off the platform, go to the right, away from the direction that the orc went. And you happen to notice another tunnel a little bit to the distance. It is pretty much your choice. You can go back the same way you came, or you can attempt to go through this other tunnel. It doesn't matter. It's not like you're fleeing from this creature. It's like you're at the point of leaving. It's just there happens to be another tunnel as well.
Oh. I just look back at the dragon. I know my questions are like empty, but like, what's the quickest way to go out?
I would say you get a response of one of those, like both of those tunnels lead you out. They just lead you
Yeah,
in
most
different
What I think-
locations.
the closest one to Ginton, because I'm gonna go and probably check out that one. Or do I have to follow the fucking guy with the drakes then?
That if you wanted to get to Zetham, that would be the closest one.
Oh my god. Look, I don't like you, but I have to
But
follow you
the thing
anywhere.
is, right, like, technically for me, since I can fly, I just need to get out, and then I'm always quicker than moving on the ground. So, I just need to get up and out again.
You're like somewhere here underground, probably.
I mean, if I'm somewhere there on the ground, then it's probably like, I just walk past the guy, I'm like, yo. I mean,
It's up to you. You have three options, right? You can either go back, and because
You
of
should
those
have gone in the hole earlier.
because of the drakes, you know where that side probably leads because they look familiar. You can assume that it probably leads to the island. He mentions that Gurleon it sounds familiar, so you know where that tunnel eventually leads out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it seems like
You-
if say we're somewhere near Ginton, I don't know where we are. That's the problem.
You can go back
Uh,
the same tunnel that you went, which would take you back to Ironmare, or you can try this third one that you have no idea where it takes.
I mean, I could ask, but they probably won't get an answer this. But like, I've asked too many questions already. I'm gonna first what I'm gonna do before I do anything. As like I look back at the thing, it's like this is not hostile, but I need to go check on something. I want to scry on the thing that I was shown. The Tostani thing.
The Dryad.
Yeah. So they told me that it was in Zetum, right? But I wanted like apparently that one was not connected anymore or something.
Okay, so the main body that has two of them merged together, right,
Yeah.
is still in Zethum.
Yeah. So and the fall one is somewhere else.
The third one that disconnected must have left to go do something, because it says they can't be separated for long.
You saw one of them.
So
You
You
saw
s-
one in someone's office.
But in
You talked to the
Just
through the-
Tolkien.
oh there, fuck's sake, it's in fucking Sloses. That's where that one is.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you exactly where.
No, I remember. Like now you remember. Like, oh my god, this is the problem when
That's
you
the last
have
place
like
you
time.
saw one.
When you have time between sessions. If like say this was all like in one day, I would remember exactly what the fuck you're talking about. There's just so much.
this would be
happening in
a
the fuck-
long one day.
There's been like 3-4
No,
rat
I mean like, for
encounters
us
since
as
then.
persons. If it like for
Yeah.
us as persons, not as like in game, but if we were like playing this like one day after another, like every day would be a session, then I would be like, oh, I remember that was yesterday. We talked about that shit.
Yeah.
But since for me it's like it's been a week, a lot has happened for me in real life in a week, and I'm like, huh? Okay, yeah. So I know where that one is. Okay, then I don't need to scry on it even. I just need to get out.
Well, they
I
could
need
have
to get back
moved.
to Sweden.
They might not be in the same office.
Yeah, but then I just asked the dragon. That also puts me very conveniently to where you guys are gonna be, or well, you're gonna be
What?
there. But I mean, I'm gonna be not too far behind because I could teleport
Would it
after you
be,
guys.
with that logic, if it's probably going to be about the same time to get out of either of these holes, would it be faster for you to go to the one up here by Ironmare and fly around Crisport to Zlissi, which you can do in one day? Or would it be faster to fly? I think you would have to do it in 2 segments to get down to Zlisas.
I mean, it would be. I think it would be fast to get out this direction because I think it would still take me like a while to get in that direction. Provided, like, say I traveled 2 days underground, which is probably like somewhere here, like in this middle areas where I am right now, so it's probably like equidistant. Like to every, I think all three. This is sort of like feels like a center, if that makes sense. So I would probably sit there. At least you're just sitting there
But we
talking to a
don't know
pigeon.
exactly where underground you are either.
Yeah, exactly. But let's just say it's equidistant to
Ooh.
like the
Or
three
cuckoo.
portals.
Go to the
I
pigeon.
like the 3 things. Like I think the third one might lead to like where you guys are heading in some direction, and then the other one is
Tarnwick.
Zetum. Yeah, so we might be somewhere in the middle of everything. You know what I mean? So
You're under Beaumont.
like unless I go back and fucking ask the dragon, like, hey, where does the third one lead? I don't. I kind of want to go back and ask, but I don't feel like she would answer me.
I would say you're probably done with questions.
I mean, you asked which is
Yeah.
faster, and it was just like both go outside, which is not
Mm.
really an answer to the question you asked.
Should I gamble? Like, guys, should I out of character? Should I gamble on the third one? On the
All I'm
unknown one?
saying is you currently know where one of them. You know the exact path of one of them. You have an idea of where the other one lets out. You don't know anything about the third.
The
You
third
can
one can
make-
literally.
You can make a fully informed decision, a partially informed decision, or a fully missing information.
Yeah,
And
but I'm
you're
asking you,
on
like, what?
what?
She has like
7
8 days,
days?
7 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
it's
guys?
been
What are we
3.
feeling? What are we feeling, guys? Do you taking the unknown or should we take the known?
Roll
I would
for
say
it.
take the known.
My
I
opinion
think
was to take the fully known one.
Let me do that one. Okay, like
But you could
I
roll
look at the
for it.
no,
Roll
I look at the
1d3.
pigeon. I've heard 2
Roll
people saying
for
do the
it.
known one.
Roll
No.
for it. Roll
You've said
for
your
it.
opinions. It's too
Roll
late.
for it.
You can't.
Cole,
You can't
join
pressure
in.
me.
I already said known.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang
see,
it.
I've heard known several times, so I'm like, at least like looks back up from the pigeon and like
But
completely
you
ignores
have
everything
2
else.
known paths. Roll for one of the 2 known paths.
No. We said
Aw.
full known. I am going back to
I'm
Iron
just saying,
Man
one
because
of them is the safest out of the 3, at least from
yeah,
knowledge.
Okay.
yeah. I'm just
So
full speeding my way back that direction.
you
And you already know it takes 2 days, I think,
Something like that.
to get back to that opening and then go up to Zlissi. Is that Zlissi?
Mm-hmm.
it's about almost a 3-day thing. I would probably say you can, because you know you recently traveled the layout and stuff, you could probably move a little bit quicker through this thing and be at a somewhat 2-day. I think would be after just traveling through it. I think that would kind of make a little bit sense. You can travel a little bit faster.
No, I'm just gonna go back. I look up from the pigeon and I make my way.
So you resealed. I would assume you resealed Lucy.
Yeah. I just sit there and like, I hate this.
And now you have to be the one to put her in the coffin.
At least grumbles at the pigeon. Shut up.
Right to the dragon's mouth.
There's a lot of pigeons in this cave.
Yeah, there's
they
like
need to
different ones. There's
they
different
need to
replicated pigeons.
they need to stop. So
That's the whole problem with pigeons. You don't know where they sleep, and they just seem to be there.
So
Just crapped all over the place.
you pretty much start your journey back up. So unless you're going to specifically do something in these next, we'll say
just
2 days, we'll kind of rush that part on you.
sprinting. You guys go do you.
So we'll say the end of the day, waking up on day 47.
Well, what about us making it to Zlisas?
That's where you guys slept.
Or that would be our whole travel,
That's I already moved you guys first.
Yeah.
So now you guys can make it to Zelosis.
Dig.
So you guys make it. You guys can also see coming back up to a somewhat familiar gate, as there's kind of like makeshift tents all around outside to help at least facilitate the people that made it out from those cities.
Okay.
But you guys make it.
Is there
in.
a line at the gate or anything, or extra security?
For here, yes. This place will always have heavy security. But you guys are known and can easily kind of prove yourselves and go in without too much of a cause.
Is this the town where we made a deal with an inn where we could stay there for free if we gave them a super cool bar?
What?
I don't
No,
know
I
what
don't
you're
think
talking
so.
about at all.
No, I don't think so.
No, you guys did that just to flex. That wasn't because we got it for free.
Okay, we did that somewhere. Was that here? Because if
That
so, I
was
think we
here.
could stay in
That
inn.
was here, but we
Um,
got the dragon gave us a free room.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay. So, are we going to try to sell the cart and horses? Should I check in with Elise and let her know we made it to Zlosas and are gonna teleport to Raqqa?
yeah, that might be a good idea.
Okay. Should should I ask her for how things are going, or just report on what we're doing?
Ask her how things are going. Yeah, that might be good.
Okay. Hi, Elise. We made it to Zlosas and are going to teleport to Raqqa. How are things going for you? Eighth said to ask. Thank you. Bye.
At what point is this? When do I get this?
This is when we make it to Zlosas, so like midday
You were just
before
traveling
lunch.
along. Well, not
Okay.
traveling. You're kind of
You're
at
a
a pace.
horse.
You're at a pace going.
Horse Elise just gets this message. You know a language because it's still your brain. But
Yeah, no, I have no problem. Like my mental things is the exact same. Because I'm not a polymorphed creature. I am me, but a horse.
yes, you are horse.
So
Horse
I'm horse
Elise.
me.
Orisa.
So it's like my body is a horse, but my
Orisa.
brain is me.
Orisa.
Elise responds. Oh, well, I guess it went as good as it could have. We're all fucked, but we'll make the most out of it, I suppose. All my is closest to, but you guys can go. Do you?
She said she's on her way here as well, but we can do our thing. Should we wait?
Might as well get the head start on her. She can probably catch up to us pretty quick.
She gonna catch up to us. Like, if she's on her way here, she's probably gonna be here before we even make it to, like, the dragon. Like, we're probably gonna go up there and ask the dragon if she's seen Elise, and she's gonna tell us Elise has already been here.
What
I
did
mean, of
Elise
course,
just
because
tell you?
because you guys know that I've been there already. Like
She
to
said it
go
would go
up.
as. Listen,
Go on.
Garbu is not a high intelligence character.
What are you
She
talking
said that it
about?
went about as well as it could go, and that she's also heading to Zlosas.
So what makes you think she's already here?
I'm just saying, she can travel fast. She's probably gonna be here
Where
before
are
we
we?
get here.
We're
We're
already here.
No, but
You're
I'm
In
saying, like, if we
Delosus.
go up,
Can you, are you okay?
are you?
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty good. I'm in a good
Oh, okay.
space. I've started to learn a lot about myself. I'm growing as a person. Yeah.
Even though you've both
That's
been talking
good.
about rats and cats and shit.
Hey, you haven't talked
God.
about
Rats
rats
where?
one time. When did I say the word rats?
In the inn.
Any rats?
No, I said cats in the end.
DM, do I see any
I
rats?
said cats and rats. I
Yeah,
said
but
you
those are
too.
two different creatures.
Oh my god.
Who?
Okay, let's just. Garbu?
Garbu? For what? Looking for rats?
yes,
Yes.
Garbu, you do.
I didn't do this.
If I see them, I'm gonna like try and thaumaturgy to try and like spook them away as best I can.
You get a lot of
I
people's
smack him in the-
attention,
I smack him with
and
the
like
silver hand.
they like stare at you, and you can see a few people, looks like in guard outfits, slowly moving in your direction.
Oh, God.
Garbu, if you ever need to talk, you can.
Let's not do this now.
I'm just saying, he seems a little distraught.
The rats are trying to kill me.
If they wanted to kill you, they would have already killed you years ago.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh, for God's. I'm gonna go sell the cart. Don't start anything.
Is there a
I was gonna
QAnon
come with you.
cult? Oh.
Yeah, you guys.
Just roll a straight persuasion.
I was gonna come help you and guide you, but you said you were going by yourself.
Oh, you're having your red breakdown, so.
23.
It's easy enough to get it sold for the same price that you bought it for.
I think that was. I mean, we didn't buy the cart, but we bought the horses for 50
If you-
apiece.
I would say if you sell the cart too, just throw another 25 on it. So 75.
Is that to the party funds or Eighth's personal? I don't think Eighth has anything in his personal, so
I have some. No.
Are you calling him poor?
I'm calling him broke.
I'm calling him
No,
poor.
I'm looking.
I mean, that's a difference.
Hang on, I'm trying to find.
There is.
I mean,
Alright,
8 has
let's
the potential
keep
to get
going.
more.
Keep going, keep going. I'm just trying to find what it cost when we were in Eastbourne
100.
for
100.
purpose, or no, rat related issues in Eastbourne.
We bought them before Eastbourne.
No,
them in
because
Lynn
no.
City.
But the damn you cast in Spirit Guardians.
Yeah.
I was gonna take a little bit off from that and then put the rest in the party fund.
Sure.
That's the only reason I was doing that.
Just take
Or
the
like
25.
Oh my gosh.
Because the
Okay, I'll
cart
take
we
the
didn't
20.
spend any money on.
Alright, I'll take the 25.
Go talk to the dragon, you idiots.
Put the 100 in
going
the
to do-
party fund and take the
Yeah,
25.
100's going in the party
Prime
fund.
starts walking to the dragon.
Okay.
As they're busy, like,
I was looking
counting
for
money.
the notes. I was looking through the notes. I was like, where is it?
So
10 gold.
Prime
Okay.
Garbu, if you go with her, you guys make it up to the guild hall. Let me.
This is like the potato incident from last campaign.
So,
Onion needs to cast Stream on this kobold
you.
and just give him a nightmare of rats.
My God.
Anyways.
I went the extra level as Zoe.
Anyways. So, you guys request to speak with Gazareth, but was told that she is currently in a meeting and unable to speak. But they were able to have a high ranked in the guild, a female drow, as she comes out.
I know a name. Give me.
Let me see. This is going to be down here. This one. Okay. This one can go away. Okay, you see.
Art, elf woman. Contact for Gazarel. Lady named Art.
Nope.
Elf woman.
I don't.
This ain't her.
That's who I was given as a contact.
That's true,
by
but
Gazarel.
this ain't her.
Oh.
You
Well,
can.
you said drow, and I was like, I know I met an elf woman.
Yeah, no, this one.
This is a different elf woman.
This is a drow. She is covered in dark armor. You can see she does feature more of a ranger. Has kind of like a little pet owl, dark feathers as it kind of sits on her shoulder, and even parts of her costume. She even has like a kind of like an owl like mask on her hip as she comes up to you guys. Is there something that I can help you all with, as the Gazareth is busy at the time?
We need to teleport to Raqqa. Also, have you seen our friend? She's an elven lady named Elise.
Does not ring a bell.
Okay. So we did beat her here.
Insight.
Make an insight.
No, so she shouldn't have seen. She didn't have seen me because
I
I
know,
only
but
talked
I
to
like rolling, and the only roll I've made today is.
Roll.
Okay, that's better. 18.
Okay, yeah, now you feel better. It's like I just
Yeah.
want to feel better.
I was like, I gotta do something here, man.
She doesn't feel like she knows who Elise is.
Okay.
She's lying to you, I whisper to Prime.
You're wrong.
Anyways,
You just can't see it.
Prime just got you full of shit.
Is this a prime Garbu rivalry?
I guess I don't know.
From
You
what I
started
gather,
this.
you guys seem to be a little bit in the favor of this guild, so I would assume it would not be an issue if you wanted to use that. Are you ready now?
Just have to get the
Look.
idiot.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then let's go.
Boys, Dwayne, you guys ready?
Yeah, they're with you.
Yeah.
No,
Aeth
I
is
asked
not.
them if they were ready.
Just get the idiot as well. Don't forget the blind idiot, otherwise you're fucked.
I'm on my way up there. I had to sell the cart by myself.
Yeah, you went by yourself to sell the cart while they went up to the dragon.
You did say you were going to sell the cart, and Prime was like, "I start heading for the dragon." So that is.
Yeah.
I
You
got
guys
Followed
yelled at
Prime.
by some pigeon to go talk to the dragon.
This is what you get.
Wait,
for
wait.
This
We
is...
have a blind friend who might be lost.
I'm heading towards
Kind
the
of need to wait
guild.
for him.
God.
I think the last time we were in this city, he wandered off to a bar by himself and almost got killed.
He will be
I did
fine.
And
not
now
know
that I
that.
said that,
Animal messenger.
oh, that's neat. Can you
I'm
just
going
do
to
this with
pick
any
a
animal?
bird.
You look at
Bird.
the owl, and the owl
Bird.
instantly says no.
I like that
I
reaction.
love-
Like, wait.
I love that it just said
I
no.
pat
I
Prime
pulled
on
the bow
the.
out.
I pat Prime on the shin.
The owl
and
just
then
said straight no.
I
That
pat
is
Prime on the chin
beautiful.
and then draw an S in the air. Hey, Eighth, we're ready to teleport. Where are you? Prime tried to send an owl, but it was a mistake. We'll be here waiting. Please
Garbu-
hurry.
Garbu has
Thanks.
no clue I can actually do it. He's just like, yeah, I knew you.
Yeah, this idiot.
You little
Oh.
Why send an
animal
animal to do
sucker.
a sending's job?
Well, the funny
Um,
thing is because you said you look for a bird, and the closest instant bird is the owl
I
that's on the ranger, so it's just like, no.
That's the voice too. That's not even a male owl. It's like a female owl, and it's like no.
Nine.
Man, that was a...
Anyways,
Oh. Yeah, I'm on my way up now. Did you all just leave me behind to go to the guild while I went to go sell the car? I thought somebody was gonna be with me.
Did he say anything?
Garnistas just smiling.
He said he thought that we would wait for him.
Okay, what's he gonna do? Like, is that it? Like, that's all he said? How many
He's
words?
on
did
his
he-
way.
Did he count?
You get
Did he
6
count?
seconds to respond, which kind of works out to roughly 25 words. But technically you get 6 seconds.
No, but like, yeah, how many words did he say?
A few? I
Yeah,
don't
but-
know. I don't.
I
Listen,
feel
the
like there's
highest
not
I
a whole lot
count
of
is
information
like
there.
this
Is he
many.
coming? Is he coming?
I already said that.
Okay, so then why are we? just
How long?
move-
How long
move.
does it take me to get there? While
an
they're still
hour.
I would
arguing.
say
Yeah.
about
We're
maybe
blind.
20 minutes. You get up there as the group is kind of sitting there waiting in the drow. She's just been sitting on a perch and is like, she looks depressed as she's just sitting there waiting.
Unlucky. Welcome
Oh,
to the life of being a bitch.
Oh,
You
sorry, I'm
know-
late, guys.
You know, Art.
Yes.
I was told to contact her if I ever needed to talk to Godzilla. I just didn't know if you knew her.
Good for you.
Okay.
So are we ready to go?
Oh, hi, Abe.
Yes, we're ready.
Good. Because I'm about to just not do this. Just doesn't say a thing, just starts walking.
I'll follow.
Oh, hey, here, put this in the party fund.
So,
Oh, thank you.
And it. And the 100 gold to Garbu.
so you guys make it to the little teleportation area. She just doesn't say anything. She just points, and it's like she walks in, points, does a U-turn, walk out.
As she's walking out, I'm gonna be like, "Watch out for the rats."
The owl just
Yeah.
like
The owl
stares
is
at you.
just an owl.
There's an owl right there on her shoulder. I just walk in. I just walk into the portal.
Does his mask work indoors?
Does he just see the ceiling?
Or is
Does he
it?
see like the roof above?
I'm
No,
going to
make
fiv.
it like room by room.
I'm going to fiv it, and it's
Overhead 3D.
it's still
It-
Fallout.
overhead, but
It
it's
depends
like
how tall the ceiling is. If it's like a really short ceiling, you're just staring directly down at your head
Yeah, oh,
and can't see
no,
anything else.
that
I like
that's
the room layout one.
I think the room would be fine. It's not
Okay.
like, again, he sees incredible details of like, oh, that's what this book says.
So you're playing Legend of Zelda when we're indoors,
Yeah.
where you just see one room at a time.
That's awesome.
So, but as you guys get close, they activate the portal, allowing you all to go in, which takes you to Raqqa.
Hey.
There you are. As you guys step out in a more kind of like a tournament style room that has these teleportation circles. Each one kind of has its own little like iron like bars that all of them are down except for the ones that you guys are coming through. And you can see what appears to be kind of like gladiators, but they are guards. But you guys are in Raqqa.
This is your place.
What?
Dying.
Are you dying?
Your wounds.
What is it? The air in Raqqa?
Lesser
well-
restoration.
Prime doesn't like teleportation.
Don't make me go up to a higher level spell.
What
All right,
just
so
happened? I almost died. I'm sorry.
I said cure wounds, lesser restoration.
Don't waste your spells.
Why not?
Because
What?
Why not?
I already wasted like 3 sendings.
What if we
Okay,
have to fight bandits?
Bandits.
Bandits.
I look at the gladiator guards on either side of us.
You never know.
One of them is kind of like
um,
eyeing you like, I could switch teams and just gun them down right now and they wouldn't even notice. Who am I saying? I gotta pay bills.
So you
Thinks about
probably would end up.
sneezing and evaporating him.
It's also like how are you gonna pay bills for your debt?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Should send a message to Elise, let her know that we made it to Raqqa, and
You literally just sent me a message like fucking 20 minutes ago.
well, no,
He wasn't there
more,
for that. Or no, he was there and then he left to do the
I
cart.
was. Never mind.
Yeah.
I just remembered that. Okay. God, brain. My brain is just mush at this point.
Like you see
Alright,
the
so
pigeon looks at you like 20 minutes.
I smacked the pigeon away.
Ah!
so if
Alright,
you guys were to
Should
travel,
we stay in Raqqa for the night, or
if you
I mean, we
guys
could head
were
outside the city.
to, if you saved your money not buy a cart, you can get a little bit outside of the city, which in the next 2 days you can make it to Storm Fair. Or not in the next 2 days, but the next day you can make it to Storm Fair. If you stay in Raqqa and buy a cart, you can still make it there the next day. But if you don't buy a cart, it will take 2 days.
I mean,
I
there's
can
no
give
point in
us a
buying a cart.
self-driving. I can give us a self-driving cart for 1 minute.
I mean, you don't need to have like a cart
there's
because you
no
guys are gonna
point.
go.
We could just
You
walk.
guys are
we
gonna
can
go on the
walk.
islands. You have to go island hunting anyway.
let's
So what's the
walk.
point of having a cart?
Yeah. Sorry, Prime, but I guess we're leaving. We're leaving
Should I-
your home right away.
Should I ask? Should I try to divine if? Sorry, that was like a burp. Should I try to divine if it's one of the islands closer to Raqqa or one of the ones closer to Stormfair? Would that possibly be better?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So I think I need to go with. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out which one of these I actually have to cast to get the sentence explanation. I think it's divination, or is it commune?
Your commune.
No, divination's the one where I get a short phrase, right? Commune gives you multiple answers. Correct. Could somebody correct me if I'm wrong? DM looking at you. I'm pretty sure. Let me. You ask a single question and it can be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme. That's divination. So divination is you ask and you get a short phrase or rhyme or whatever. Commune is 3 yes or no's, and augury is 1 yes or no. So in theory, I have 4 yes or no's and 1 short answer. So I get 4 true-false questions for my patron and 1 short answer extended response question for my patron.
So the 3 questions, use that right now. Ask it if it's.
What are the? I'm not doing the 3 questions when I was doing the short answer, so I could ask if it was closer to Raka or Stormfair.
I mean,
I guess that could be a yes or no question, so I could try augury, which is going to be the cheapest of them.
I will say this. It's the idea is that it's going to be closer to Stormfair. It's just the islands are more closer to Stormfair. Just think of it like
Well, I
that.
guess my thought is if it's one of the islands like down in this area or one of the islands like up here, I guess is my thought. Like if this was the line, because we know it's on this
Here's the
side.
thing. It's while yes, it's on this side. I'm not going to be extremely specific on which hex. It's you guys get to these islands and you try to figure it out from there.
Okay, so the first focus is should we even go to Stormfair or should we just try and straight line it to the islands and then make a boat when we get there and start trying to sail around?
I mean, too though.
What?
I couldn't understand that response either.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought we had to go to Stormfair for something too, though, wasn't
If
it?
you want to see
did.
your family, I guess.
Yeah.
There wasn't a reason to go to Stormfair. It was just because
We
Stormfair
knew
is the
it was the
closest
islands. Yeah.
civilization that's close to the obelisk.
What I'm saying is if this is what a whole day to get to Stormfair, and this is like a third of a day to get to here, and then we could get a boat and start trying to search island to island, which is going to take time, but we can either
Do
start
you
our
want
search down here or start our search up here. And currently, we just know it's an island. We don't know where.
the problem with that is, do you really want to do this without a lease? Not to be the pessimistic one here,
I'm not
but
saying we activate the obelisk. This conversation could technically be happening in character. I'm not saying we activate the obelisk when we find it. I'm just saying we could begin the search now, and if we find it before Elise catches up, then that eliminates the need to search once she gets here and saves maybe a few hours of our time, because we all know that when she is here, we're gonna find that thing pretty quick. But
well, regardless if she does, if we wait for her there, couldn't she just? well, No, it's fine. Actually, I just realized that that won't work because it's not that far. Doesn't have long enough range. Yeah, why don't we look for it now then?
see what I'm saying? So we could take the shortest trip. I can make a boat. Maybe we should ask somebody if there's boats along the coast, or not boats, trees along the coast, because otherwise we kind of need to bring wood
I
with
would
us.
say there's some.
Okay.
There's not like a forest, but there is.
I have some experience making a 5-person rowboat. So I could do that again. There's 5 of us, right? Boys, Dwayne, yeah, that's 5.
Yeah,
Sorry,
5.
Um, yeah. And we could maybe try island hopping with some mixture of divination mixed in. Before that, though, I kind of need to create. I kind of need to create a sensor before we would go.
W-
Actually,
So how? Yeah, okay, if we have to find this obelisk
isn't there a spell that lets you
and
find a path or something like that? What is that?
Are you talking about clairvoyance?
That might be.
do
Sensor within range and location familiar to you. A place you have visited before, dang. Or seen. We did see a vision of it. Would that count, DM?
No, because it was more of like you was getting an idea of a general location.
It was worth a try.
Not the actual place itself.
Or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you. But yeah, the examples it gives is like behind a door, around a corner. So it'd have to be like something nearby, I guess.
we also gotta figure that these islands aren't exactly small either.
No, there's
Not
a
to
lot of
where,
terrain.
yeah, there's gonna be things blocking it, and then
Oh,
that
it's
means
like
what?
it's like a way to spy on an area. Clairvoyance isn't what I was thinking of. I don't know. I thought there was a
Long
spell for that.
Strider? No, it's not Long Strider.
Anyways,
That's what clairvoyance does in Skyrim, but
what are you guys doing?
I guess we're heading just northwest of the city and trying to get on the water as quick as possible to start searching.
Okay.
If we
And then I
don't
guess
find
we'll
it,
have to sleep
if we
on
don't,
an island.
if we don't find it after a night, we'll head to Stormfair and wait for Elise.
I mean, we could just work our way up, and when we get up to Stormfair, maybe let Zach know that we're nearby and ask if we can land our ship there. Land our little boat.
Yeah, that might work.
Okay. So, you guys make it to the river, or not river, but to the waters as it's late. Kind of set up camp a little bit on the shore. Anybody do anything for the night?
I will attempt, or you know what? I will take 2 hours and create 2 sensors, if that is all right.
Tis up to you.
Actually, my inventory says I still have one of them. So did I create one and never use it?
Possibly.
Okay. I'll create a second one. You know what? I'll go ahead and create 2 of them. Why not?
I mean, you keep using them, so they might as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll create 2 of them with 2 hours. And so now I have 3. But then I want to use one of them. Right? Let me check that the spell I want to use is the one that expends them. Sorry.
You're good.
Yep. So, I will expend one of them, so that leaves 2 in my inventory now. And I will cast Divination.
What does divination do?
The question I will ask as I bring this censer out and light the incense and do the ritual that I need to do in order to ask my question. Here, I'll click the spell for those who need to read it or want to read it. I'm trying to figure out. In which direction should we sail to try to find the island with the obelisk?
Roll a D100.
back.
look that high. 54.
Okay. What was your question again?
Which direction we should travel to find the island with the obelisk? Or which direction we should sail, I guess. From where we are.
You get a kind of like a feeling as you look out kind of towards the water, kind of like it's guiding you in a sense to look at. So pretty much what this will do is when you guys attempt to look, you can have advantage on it.
Rhyme, you're real good at looking. Why don't you lead the way? Or yeah.
So
Wait, aren't you better at perception than me?
It might not be perception, it might be survival. We don't know, and
Oh,
the
that's
DM
true.
probably won't
Yeah.
tell us beforehand. I mean, my survival's not bad, but
Yeah.
one of us is literally built for searching landscapes and finding things.
I have a +7.
Um,
Have you told us yet?
yeah, he said I like feel an omen looking in a certain direction, so I
Okay.
would have described that direction to everybody else.
yeah, so it would be the next day when you guys start your travels on the water.
And Elise is just going to continue traveling through the cave, correct? Unless she wants to scry on anyone or do anything.
Unless there's something specific, which it is nighttime. So was there anything specific that anybody wanted to do?
Anyone need ascending to anyone?
I mean, I guess I could scry on the loose dryad, see if they're still there before I go to sleep.
You try to focus on the one that you saw from the
Well-
image.
Yeah, the loose one.
No. You do not pick anything up.
So it's no longer loose. It's full.
So it's a different one that's loose now.
That doesn't mean they have to be loose. It just means that
Oh, my
That-
understanding was that there were always two fused and always a third one.
there's
held.
always there's 3, right, that are fused
They
into
can be
one.
all fused, or any single one
If-
can be separate.
If it requires a separation, then they can do so. They just choose not to do it for a long time because it still weakens their capabilities. It practically means like they're only 2/3 as powerful if one of them was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's all. I just
If you have a second spell, that's 5th level, isn't it?
scrying is 5th.
Dang it. Yeah. I was gonna say if you could do it again, you could try just scrying on Tristani because we met
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but I mean, I know where Tristani is.
But I was saying if you scry on Tristani, then you know all 3 are together, right? Or at least 2 of them are together.
I mean, I wouldn't know
It-
if all 3 are together because it would just look the same.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like he would, like I think regardless if there's 2 or 3 in there,
He's still.
you know what I
Tristani.
mean? It's
then
still the
there's a-
same
yeah.
thing. It's like unless there's like, how do you call it? If all like every time there's like based on the combination they look slightly different, but I am not aware of that, so I wouldn't even be able to pick it up. I assume.
Also, I would cast create food and water if that necessarily matters, DM.
I would assume you've been doing that unless otherwise,
I have like 8 spells I can use to cast it, so
because I haven't been saying keep rations going.
unless we fight, I can
Which
do that
technically,
easily.
at least,
Oh no
She's
no!
just
I
been
have,
cutting
I
parts
have,
off of her
I-
horse self
I
and
have,
eating
I
it.
have, I have a fun spell that I've been using every day and taking off 1 spell slot. Goodberry. Did not
Okay.
have to eat anything.
okay. So there you go.
I am prepared. It's just that I'm an ass who never uses when the party's there.
Okay. So, if nothing else, we will go on to the next day. And I keep hitting the wrong button. So we're on day 48. For you guys, it is raining outside, pouring rain.
I'm
But
dry.
that's true. You, Elise,
You're in a
or
fucking cave now.
by the end of the day, you should be technically out of the tunnel and out of the whole
In the
thing
rain.
itself. Actually, no, it's not
Yeah.
raining where you are.
In
Ah,
iron.
losers. Losers.
Climate, bitch. Yeah,
Good.
different climate.
Losers.
So, what are you guys doing?
I guess I will try to find. Oh, I should have done that last night. Fabricated the trees. Oh well. Here, let me hit this to get my spell slots back. I will try to find 2 trees close to the shore.
Easy enough.
I will fabricate them into a boat, a little like rowboat with oars.
Easy enough.
All right, here we go. Anybody scared of water or anything?
Just push the boat, man.
The boat is in the water. I fabricated it into the water.
Yes, just get in the boat.
It's kind of okay.
Hold on.
8th drowns a lot.
Not recently.
One time I was supposed to watch him at a beach and he drowned.
You weren't watching me.
To be fair, I'm 9.
You're an adult.
I didn't think so, but I was like, wait, she's a,
No.
like
In-
I didn't know
in
there was a
Cobalt
connection
terms.
there.
No.
There are
You're-
some cats who love water.
Name 5.
Okay, here's the thing.
No, like species.
I'm
I
not
meant.
I'm not taking the entire cat species as tabaxis that they have to be exactly the same. No.
Well, like tigers love
It's-
water, I think. And
they actually do like to swim. But no, you're fine.
Lions. Sure. Lions don't
I
I
know
don't
mean,
think
it's
something
scared of
about
water,
lions-
so that counts.
yeah.
Or fire. Sorry.
I
fire.
think 8th's scared of his patron. Kind of.
Let's just get the water. Let's get in the water. We'll talk about this on the water.
Okay. Does anybody have a good way to make the boat go, or do we just need to paddle it?
Paddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking through my spells to see if I had anything.
That's what I was doing too.
Yeah. DM.
No.
Could one make the argument that a superheated object boiling could propel it? No, it wouldn't have enough force.
DM. Could a cat with her feet in the water casting 2 spells to make her run faster make the boat go faster?
No, because you're not running on
We also
water.
need you to guide us. So,
You have to be in the front.
All right, fine.
I guess maybe the 2 strongest people should row. Garbu looks at Dwayne. As it's Garbu and Dwayne.
He's fine. Get it over with.
I'll have to use my whole body, I guess, to keep up the pace.
He does break one of the oars over your head.
Ow.
Take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Why?
Oh my god!
Thank you, X.
Yeah,
Why?
that's what I thought.
You heard why.
And I'm just. It doesn't.
He
Why-
It's because I called him Dwayne.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
He wants
why?
to go by X.
You're gonna break the other oar over your head.
I'll
That
use
is
the short
unnecessary.
oar, I guess.
That's actually.
he picks up the big one, and it, like, so everybody gets in, and you guys start going.
Yep.
So
What do I need to roll?
I'm gonna go ahead and put you out there. So
I can't really. Can I guide Prime while rowing as well?
so Prime, what are you trying to do in terms of skills?
I gave you a direction.
What are you trying to do to?
What's the best thing to look for in water, dude? Like, I don't.
It's on one of the islands, as far as we know.
And how big is it? Just like roughly?
It's
What, the
like a-
islands?
No,
The
no.
other obelisk have been like 9
the
feet
obelisks.
tall,
They're
right?
9
The
feet.
the other obelisk, they're all the same, so they're about 9
I'm
to
not
10.
gonna see that trees or anything.
But look for signs of it, like signs of ancient structures, because all of the ones we've seen
Okay.
were
Yeah.
ancient
I'll look for
structures.
signs of ruins, signs of
We have a direction.
yeah, in
Just
that
look
direction.
in that direction,
Maybe
and try and keep us in the same direction, I guess, as well. I don't know.
thinking.
Listen, I'm a small kobold with a big patron. If we can figure this out.
Could I try to look for like ruins and ancient structures, or like
In the
Any-
direction that we're heading.
large clearings that might hold something like that, or
Make a perception check with advantage.
Any guidance chance
Sure.
while I'm rowing?
Nice.
You see trees. You see not necessarily mountains, but big kind of rocky like formations here and there.
What if it's on the island that your family's on, Ace?
ooh,
That
And
was
Wait.
what
the
if
biggest waste
whatever
of
we
time.
do breaks? What if whatever we do to the obelisk breaks the whole illusion that Vethra has?
Vefra
mean,
put that up.
can't paint-
Vefra had to use the magic to do that herself.
But what
That
if it
wasn't
like
really-
breaks all the magic there or whatever?
Oh, that'd be
Sorry,
great.
that was just an out of character thought.
I think
She'd be mad at
she
us.
might be really pissed. Yeah. I don't know
But
how much
anyways.
gold I've put into the effort of paying her back, but I would lose it all there.
Back to the DM's answer. Sorry,
That's just kind of what you see so far.
just trees and some hills. Should we take a break maybe for lunch and I can try some divine magic to see if we're any closer?
That sounds fine to me.
I'm gonna stick my hand in the water as we're going.
As we make landfall on an island.
Yep. Ocean, do you know where this structure is? This
Make a religion check.
I'm good at those.
When you guys say
I've been
you're
always
good
good.
at something, it usually fails.
Oh
Natural
my
one.
god, why?
Can he drown, please?
Does he fall in? He said he was sticking his hand in the water. Does he fall in
please,
and drown?
please, please.
I think every time someone said,
Fuck.
"Oh, I'm good at those," we or like, "Oh yeah, I'm great at that," because I've done it myself.
I can't even do water breathing or anything.
So
Please let me fall in
as-
water. please.
as the boat's
Thanks,
kind of
guys.
getting closer
Thanks.
to the shore, like a wave kind of like roughs a little bit, unsure who, somebody accidentally bumps into Aeth kind of unknowingly as the waves kind of pick up a little bit, and for a few minutes, because you guys are so focused on what you're trying to do, row the boat, keep it steady, you don't even realize Aeth is overboard. Aeth, as you fall into the water and you kind of like
Mm.
trying to gather yourself, you hear kind of like behind you. And here I thought I got it through your thick head to quit asking for little shits. Figure it out
This
yourself.
wasn't really.
Like, am I supposed to hold your hand? Huh?
I wasn't trying to. I
You
wasn't
can't
trying to
be,
ask you
you
on that
can't
one.
you can't talk. You're legitimately still underwater.
I give her the shrug of like, like, fair enough. It was like one of those like, yeah, okay, shrugs, yeah.
Listen. You've been making strides. All right? You've been doing great. Don't go back. Figure it out. There is other shit that I have to be worried about, not where this stupid little thing is located at. I don't give two fucks about where this thing is. And again, it's on land. How is that supposed to help me figure out where the shit's at? You know what? Get out of my fucking water. And she just shoots you flying out. As you guys kind of start to make the landfall and like you finally realize like, wait, where's slam like just into the sand. Take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And you're really sandy.
This is what I get for not being patient with vomit. Ow.
Huh?
You know what? No. Nothing. Just gonna lie here.
Okay. I'll cast Create Food and Water for our day
Try stupid things, get stupid prizes.
so that we can have our lunch. And then, while we're eating and taking our little break, I will pull out my incense and holy water, which this spell does not consume. And I will cast Commune, which gives me 3 yes or no questions. Which the divine being isn't omniscient, but they can give us answers, and if they aren't sure, they can also just give us like an unclear answer. Sorry, I'm just catching my notes up to where I am.
Do you roll for this or just?
No,
Holy
I asked the
shit.
questions and the DM answers to the best of my patron's knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Yeah. In game terms, the best of my patron's knowledge. Out of game terms, the best of my DM's knowledge, which is DM Sama. My first question: what is the meaning of life, the universe, and every? No, I'm kidding.
I like. Oh.
Should we head to the north from where we are?
No.
Should we head to the east from where we are?
Should we head to the east from where we are?
I'm sorry.
I mean, that was.
Ow.
I just
No.
thought it was hilarious.
No. So it's either west or south. Or
I didn't hear your answer if you gave one.
No.
Oh. Should we head to the northeast from where we are?
Just choose a different direction.
Wow. He tried to outsmart himself.
No to the north,
Hey, hey,
north to the
think
east.
of it like
He
this.
is being
Think of it.
nice.
Think of it like this. You guys are not in the middle of like these clustered islands, right? You would know that where AS family is, they're more towards the northern end. Stormfair's kind of like northeastern.
They're like, if I remember when we were at their island, we were like in this hex up here.
Ignore
think.
the hexes, because that doesn't really help.
Yeah.
The idea is the map to show that you guys are in a cluster of islands. So
more towards the west.
you guys are, let's say this, if I had to use a football field in terms of where you guys are and everything's kind of located, AS family is, think of it a little bit more in the center, about like the 80-yard line, you know, the whole other direction where you guys are. Stormfair all the way to the east side, about roughly same 80-yard line type thing. You guys are about 40, 45-yard line. So you're almost at the center of these clustered islands.
Here-ish, kinda.
Yeah, sure.
Within this hex.
So you're kind of looking at directions. You guys technically came from the south, if you really want to be specific, southeast.
It's west.
You said north? No. You said east? No. So
And-
either you backtrack or you go west.
Okay. I'll try casting augury.
You still have one more question.
Oh, I'm
Would
sorry.
probably
I
be
thought the
smart enough
northeast
not
still
to
got
ask that.
consumed. Should we go to the west? No. Should we go to the west?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll try casting augury. And I will ask, is it on the next island over? And give my hammer a little toss. Looking for my good result, bad result, or...
Where you guys are on the next island over? No.
Okay. I'll then try divination. Garby's doing this all like slightly away from the rest of the group.
Can I see him?
Yes. You see him like, okay. About how many islands to the west from where we are? Is my question for divination, which does consume one more sensor, so I'll remove another from my list.
How many more islands over?
Yeah.
How many skips would you get if you toss a stone?
I look around for a stone.
You're on a beach, so kind of easy.
I pick one up and toss it.
Where do you toss it? Because I feel like I gotta be specific with
At 8.
I will toss it in the westward direction, into the water where the direction the island should be.
Okay. Make a
Athletics, strength.
just
Dex.
make a strength followed by perception to see if you see how
13?
many happens.
13.
Okay.
13.
So you toss it pretty well, and before it kind of fades out of view, it looks about 4. You think maybe 5?
Okay, I walk back to the group. I pick up my hammer, and then I walk back to the group. We're about maybe like it's probably about 4 or 5 islands to the west of us.
Okay.
I'm like
So if we
90%
find it,
confident.
Okay. So we'll check the 4th and 5th islands, and if we find it, leave a big enough marker for us to
I mean, I would
backtrack.
check all the islands on the way, but it should be about the
Wait.
4th or 5th.
Wait, you just said it was probably the 4th or 5th. Now you're telling us the edge.
Probably does not mean definite.
Are we
I
outside?
do know it's to the west.
Are we outside?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll find it. Don't worry.
Wait, I have an idea, but it takes a high level spell, so it might not be I can't actually do that. Never mind. I was
Like I
gonna say I
said-
could fly you up high and you could look around, but I can't do that without a 5th level spell.
We can go up real high and see if we can find it.
You have levitate?
Can you get up high?
Do you have levitate?
I
Eh.
think he means dimension door and then just falling back to the earth.
No, I'm not
Yes.
doing that.
I mean, you could fall in the water.
I mean, I think
Still
I take
hurt,
less
like-
falling damage. I think that's part of my kit.
I can heal.
Don't. No. We're not
Would you
doing
like
that.
me to cast water walk
I-
on you before you do it?
I can do
No.
it 2 times.
Wait. Maybe. Yeah, let's
Wait,
do
so
it.
you could dimension door up and then dimension door. You'd be fine.
Yes.
We'll sit here
No,
and eat
just-
while you do that. Just look in that direction.
Okay, fine. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Ready? 1.
I'm gonna ready
2.
myself to look.
All right.
I'm looking for stuff. Maybe a
I
big
gotta
old
look. I'm gonna
obelisk
look at
or
the
like some ruins.
mask.
Or like
Mask. Okay.
what are you doing?
No, I'm just looking to see how far up we can go.
500 feet.
Oh, bro, we can see so much.
All right, we're going the full.
Guidance.
We'll go.
On Prime.
All right, going full 500 feet up, straight up into the air.
Okay.
Couldn't you do
With-
500 at an angle to the west and then 500 back down at an angle?
I could.
No, too late.
Up to you.
So
Up to you.
he.
You said straight
could've.
up.
So you kind of holding on, kind of like to Prime's arm, and you guys, within a second, Prime, you just start to feel like gravity pull, air already rushing one way, and then you kind of feel it rushing another way as you guys start to fall. Make a perception check.
With guidance.
Is it with advantage still?
Sure, why not?
Would you say falling from the sky is her favorite terrain?
Thank
No.
God. 28.
28.
And how can
Wow.
you give guidance, by the way?
I said guidance before they dimension doored.
Okay, just double checking.
He
I
did.
did say that.
He did.
I
Just
said it
make-
like 3 times. I was like, I have to get this in here.
I'm just making sure. I'm not listening.
Hmm. You're
I'm-
nothing to me.
I'm-
You're not the only one.
I'm thinking about this circumstance. Anyways, 25.
I mean, they're gonna
You
fall.
you can see the next island and maybe the next island after that. Pretty good distance away. That's it.
Are we in the air still?
A
Sure,
little
why
bit.
not?
I got nothing. Get down. I got nothing. No. Down. Down.
Down.
Down.
Down.
Down.
All
Down.
right.
Down.
We dimension door all the way back down to the ground.
Okay. You guys feeling like as you guys land, kind of like you do that sensation like if you actually was landing, but you're not obviously taking any damage, and it's just like disoriented because you guys were falling before. So
Was it an enjoyable experience?
Want to do it again?
it's
In about an
different
hour?
than flying on the Eagles.
Can I roll for it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is Prime scared of heights now?
No. She rolled on
odds,
Eagles.
Odds it was fun. Dang it. It sucked.
So
Never doing that again.
I can do it next time. We'll just fall like a heavy metal coated kobold.
so what do you guys do now?
I guess back on the boat and head west. This was like midday, right?
I mean, we we can rule
Yeah.
out the first 2 islands.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything, and I got a pretty good look.
All right.
Uh,
So you guys saddled back
I'll
up
take my
and
short rest while we do that.
okay. And started rowing your way. As you guys continued going past these islands, you get what you would assume is around the 4th and 5th, kind of also the 6th island. As
Alright,
it looks like
let's check these ones.
it's almost like in a. You got one here, you got another one here, and then the third one like slightly over as well. So it's kind of like it's looks like it's making a curve, if you will, if you were to draw like connect the dots type thing.
Alright, who's going up in the air with me?
Garbo.
Wait, is it making a curve where we're on the outside of the curve, or is it making a curve where we're on the inside of the curve?
Kind of like you're on the inside of the curve. It's not like a full C. Think of it like
Okay.
a half C. Like you got the 4th island, 5th island, and it kind of looks like it's curving a little with the 6th island.
Okay. I was because if it was a circle, I was gonna be like, is there something in the middle of it?
Mm,
And if so, we
Maybe,
might want to consider that one.
maybe not Garbu.
I mean, I can go. You're just gonna really need to keep a hold of me
No,
because if you
the
let
problem
go,
is we gotta keep the boat in place perfectly.
Fine.
I mean, we could also make land on just whichever island's nearest to us and then do it.
Yeah,
Why don't
that's
we
better.
just go and investigate instead of trying to die?
That's true.
I mean, you can fly. Why are we dimension dooring? Sorry, X.
I forgot about that. I forgot about
I
that.
want you to guess an
Oh,
odd or
shit.
even number.
Even.
Okay. He does not push you off the boat.
Does he just like pat me aggressively?
Yes.
Can he fly?
X, yes.
X would
Can't
that
you just pick me up and fly me?
It is a lot difficult trying to maneuver with another creature.
What about a small creature?
Are
No.
you calling me fat?
No, I'm saying I'm 2 feet tall.
I'm
wasn't
saying
talking to you.
it's easy for me to do it alone. Otherwise, it doesn't really count as flying.
Well, then go up and look.
Why don't we just check the islands? We got 3 islands.
We
He
could
has
just land on the
wings,
first
bro.
one and
Kind of just
We know it's not the first one.
tossed down. No, you guys are
can't
looking
really
at the
divine
4th,
again.
5th islands.
Yeah.
So you're
we're
past.
looking at the 4th,
Yeah.
5th, and 6th, which form a curve.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean
You guys already.
I'm just
Yeah, you already
I
passed
was thinking of the
island
first two.
1.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, you already passed
we-
island 1
yeah.
through 3.
I thought we were going back. I was like, that's stupid.
But he
Alright, let's try 4.
like just pulls his wings out, and
What
it
if
does
we-
kind of like slap Garbu in the face a little bit.
What if we land on the 5th and then dimension door up and try to look at both or all 3?
There's literally a guy with wings right there.
Okay.
He just ignores and just takes off. The boat shakes pretty hard, and he goes towards the 4th island to go look. What are you
We
guys
go to
doing?
the 5th one then.
We could land the boat on the 5th. How far are the islands apart?
Yeah, we'll
Mm,
go towards we're going to the 5th one. I like that idea.
decent enough to not be too close to each other. They're not super far.
500 feet?
No.
Okay. Well, my suggestion was going to be, what if while Dwayne checks out 4, we sail to 5 and like prime an 8th dimension door to 6 and then dimension door back if
No,
either they run into
they're not.
trouble or
They're not that close.
see nothing. Okay.
They're not that close. But
I guess we can wait for Dwayne to come back. Well, can I see anything on any of the islands from where we are?
You can make a perception check, even though
Items.
it doesn't necessarily seem like it would be a beneficial thing.
19, 20.
Ooh.
You see the same thing that Prime saw, trees and rock formations.
It'd be great to have augury right now.
We're going to the fifth island.
Okay.
I'll take over
Oh.
paddle duties.
Okay.
I'll use my one short paddle.
So you guys make it to the fifth island, and do you wait? Do you go and investigate?
Do you want to try dimension dooring up while we wait on him to come back?
Your call.
Fine.
Alright, here we go.
Sure.
3, 2, dimension door.
Guidance.
Make a perception check with advantage.
23,
Yes.
27.
27.
You
know it's better
needed
than
the
23?
guidance. You had to get above 25.
Found it.
And the only reason
Ooh.
why you need
Is
to
it
be-
on the 4th? We left X there by
No.
Oh my god.
You just discover it's very hidden, but it looks like a kind of like a little bit of a rock-like arch that looks like it leads into a cave. But you would never see it like from the water. And it's only because you're 500 feet in the air. On the
Eighth, I
correct
got it down.
island.
Down?
Is it on
Down,
the 5th
I got it.
island?
Yes.
Alright. Dimension door. Back down. Oh, where we're standing. Boop. Alright. Found it.
It's in a cave.
Okay. So it's in a cave on which island?
The fifth island.
The one we're on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna need to. How big of a marker can you make on this island?
I can make one. I can make a how big a marker are we talking? I can make a real big marker.
We need it to be noticeable for us,
It can be real noticeable.
not noticeable to other people.
Oh, it can be. It can be. I thought you were talking about making like a least notice. I was gonna say we can have a real big marker. Big old X marks the spot. I might burn down the whole island, but still. Could I have a real big marker? I'll cast Sending first. Dwayne, it's on the fifth island.
Why
Sorry,
do you
X.
keep-
It's force of habit at this point. Um,
He's gonna kill you. I hope you know this.
Do I have to pick even or odd again?
When I come back, just know you brought this upon yourself.
modify memory.
You don't have modify memory.
I said, does anyone?
No.
Garbo.
And we would use it on you, not him.
Can you-
That's what I was saying. Modify my memory so I don't remember the name Dwayne.
Don't do it.
Or the
again.
rats. Remove my rat memory.
So, what do you guys do as eventually he does come back? Do you guys do anything?
We need something that can make.
I mean, I
looking
can
for
make
s-
a
I'm trying.
marker. I
Your
can make a
marker
very
idea.
noticeable. It's not the
We-
only way I can make a marker. I'm just saying, I can make a really noticeable marker. It'll probably be the only island in this cluster that's completely burnt down.
Garbu, make.
We don't need that
You
kind
can
of
either make
noticeable.
an athletics or an acrobatics check.
No, I submit at this point.
Okay.
X deserves it.
As he kind of comes back by, and he doesn't seem like anything. You guys are kind of like trying to figure out what to do, and he just kind of swoops you, goes into like like a decent circle and then just body slams you into the ground.
How big of a crater does that leave?
Decent.
Low damage, but 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
I was hoping he'd throw you and your face would like skid in the dirt.
He pretty much just
There's our
like
marker.
seismic tossed you.
I'm good at
Okay.
my math right now.
Lands and his wings kind of go back into him as he kind of
I deserve
shuffles
that.
a little
Sorry, X. I will try to forget.
I don't know. I'm getting kind of used to doing stuff like this. This is kind of fun.
Well, if it relieves stress, I'm happy to continue it, I guess.
No, you will quit immediately before I decide to actually kill you.
Why
I'm
don't
getting
you?
some mixed signals here.
And he just
Here.
walks away.
Is he enjoying this or not? 27.
It's been a couple of days since you guys have fought anything, and this is like the most he's been able to
Good
do.
to let off steam. Got it.
Okay, so why don't you change some of the trees? You can change their fabricate, can't you? Make them do something else.
Wait.
Could
How much damage did you
Or-
take from the toss?
Counter offer. I could burn down the forest.
You're not burning down the forest.
I mean,
it's gonna
No.
be
I'm not
very
against
visible.
it, honestly. Or at least
The
burning
only
part of
Your
it.
words to me was to make a visible marker that was very visible.
You could burn
us.
part of it and
Burn-
get away with a lightning strike.
yes, you could, but maybe I don't know.
I
Maybe
could make-
change.
A
wanna keep-
line. I could make a circle. I could
I-
make. I'm not saying that it won't spread beyond
on,
that.
hold on.
Let me read.
As a person that would have been like outside and been able to like know the forest and stuff like that, do I think that I could have him burn a section and make it noticeable for Elise, but not make it so noticeable it wouldn't look out of place as a naturally occurred event?
If you guys were to maybe go a little bit deep in the forest, and again, these are like relatively small islands, but still big enough to have a few rocky formations and some trees here and there. If you were to go as much as you can inland to try to do this, you can maybe get by without people outside noticing.
Only if
Um,
you flew over, like say Elise with her eagles
Sure, but at the same time, you have to be
or a dragon.
pretty skilled to control the fire
Why don't
so that it doesn't.
Now I have a few options with this. I
Why
can
don't you
Arcana.
let's try
I
and
can
well, instead of
fabricate.
why don't you change one of the trees into something more of a shiny metal?
I don't transmute things. I fabricate them. Okay, I don't turn wood into metal. I that's not my thing.
Does anybody
I can
have
turn-
a mirror?
I can turn metal into wood, but that's a whole separate equation.
Does anybody have a mirror?
I can make you
Mhm.
one worth 100 gold. Real nice
Maybe
mirror.
put that at the top of a tree.
Why don't I just fabricate some
The
trees
voice
into a
does
building?
kind of like, I found this in one of the pockets, and it's like kind of like a small handheld mirror.
Little beauty mirror.
You guys are trying to put it on the top of a tree.
I feel like she might. I feel like Elise might actually kill us if we do that.
I kind of want to do it now.
Why don't we go
Yeah.
inland towards where the cave is, and then I'll fabricate a circle of trees down, and then make 2 expensive mirrors,
Okay.
and we can kind of angle the mirrors so that we have a little more. We can sleep on this island if we need to. We already ate for today.
Why don't we burn down trees in an SOS pattern?
I need to cast the spell 3 times for that, so I'd need to cast it. Okay. I mean, I could do that.
No,
Well-
we just talked about it.
While
the
you
question is
guys figure
controlling
that
the fire.
out, because more than likely it'll be the next session. We will go ahead and go to the next day. So day
Long
4.
rest.
I would fabricate today while I still have a spell that circle of stuff, and then do
That's fine. You
Uh,
don't have to necessarily say exactly what you're doing right now, because we can get into that in a moment.
just to get Elise out of the caves.
So, as we hit, what was it, day 49? Yeah. As you guys are you guys pretty much waiting for Elise at this point?
I think we were going to leave some sort of marker here and then continue on based on what the others were saying.
Okay. So you guys.
Is that the idea?
Yeah, I thought that was the idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That was my understanding from 8th, that he wanted to still go see his family, but leave some sort of marker here to fly back to.
well, are you guys leaving the island or like going into the cave?
I think we're leaving. Yes.
We're leaving the island. I think that's
I just need to know for sure.
We were gonna fabricate like a little clearing and put 2 mirrors on the top of that fabricated flat area, and
Okay.
because I can make like a 10-foot tall pillar. Actually, yeah, I can
Okay,
make
so
like something
we'll
for
deal
them
with
to sit
that.
on.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. So you guys wake up and pretty much get ready to go
Pick up.
northern. Elise, you are now outside of, or outside back in Ironmare, kind of coming out
I would
to
probably
the.
also, sorry, I would probably also message Elise and tell her we found the next obelisk
Okay.
and that we were going to wait in Stormfair.
Okay.
At least responds that. I mean, you might as well go do it now.
8th wants to see his family. Because I have plenty of sendings, so I'm sure the conversation
Yeah.
could be had.
I mean that's fine, I suppose.
Has
I mean,
Prime been there
Ben where?
to see his family?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
no.
That's...
No, I say like, also I might have the solution to Lucy, but I have to go talk to someone else first. You can take it. It's messed up. That's where it ends.
I would kind of relay some of the information to the others and tell them that Elise said we can do the obelisk if we want to.
So, Elise, you, as
Zoom my way back up.
as you're outside, kind of able, kind of at least glad to have fresh air again, not this musky type of air that's been in there, especially trapped in there for however long. But you're outside. Anything specific you want to try to do?
I mean, I have to go back to Slizzy to talk to Paragon. I need to talk to Paragon because Paragon can make this everything so much easier.
Okay, so you're just booking it back to Zealousy?
Yeah, I need to talk to Paragon
Okay.
again.
So, what we'll do is we'll pick up this next time, where Elise is, because it shouldn't be that difficult to fly back there to
No,
Zealousy.
I mean,
no, shouldn't be. And you guys, stopping by Aeth's home and possibly Stormfair, for anything else. So, yeah, we'll pick that up next time. So, nice little session. Thank you everybody for coming out and joining us. As always, hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.